84 degrees, feels like 92, 89% humidity.
Here?
Yeah.
You feel good?
Love it.
Here's a place.
Hey, Chip.
We're having breakfast.
I'll show you breakfast after I put my sauces on it. Hey, Kuya Wonder. How you doing, buddy? Spicy on the eggs.
Excuse me. Ooh, 1.19.
Nice. Almost 2,000.
No.
Almost 1.2 subscribers. 1.2. Okay.
I really hope to see no.
Ooh, we need to start making garlic rice.
We need to buy a fried garlic. I saw that. Because if I make it here, I think like overcook.
No, just put the fresh garlic in the rice cooker before you start it.
What is that?
Yeah. Just put the rice in with the garlic in with the rice when it's cooking.
Hello, Chip.
Did you put salt on the eggs?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you like Valencia?
How do I like Valencia? It's really good, man. I'm loving it here.
You like this? This is crumbled and
Yeah, I like the runny eggs. I mean, I like scrambled eggs too, but usually I like over easy eggs. Nice home cooked breakfast, rice and eggs and spicy corned beef. Yeah, we will. Dude, we just got back from Bohol yesterday, so we haven't been to any stores yet. This is Dave. Nice. I am subscribed to Dave, so we'll give Dave moderator. Hey, Gemma, how you doing? No meat for you?
I like egg. This one egg.
Yum.
That is overhand. Like no.
Try it. It's good.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. 20 people.
20 people, hello, good morning. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Having breakfast here in Valencia, Negros Oriental, Philippines. I know it's still Sunday in the US. It's Monday morning here in the Philippines, but yesterday was a week that I got here. So I'm here a week. I'm already starting to get used to the heat. Having a great time here. Every day is like a vacation day. Even if we do stuff going out to go shopping, it still feels like a vacation every day. Hello, Naruto. How you doing? You know that name?
No.
Well, they haven't said anything bad so far, so. Whoa, why'd you do that?
I don't like that.
Okay. She doesn't like you calling me an old man. Oh, so bad, old man.
See?
Well,
I told you.
my girl problem. You're about to get banned. LVD's in the chat this morning. Hello, LVD's. Nice, Lucas. I don't know. I had a private chef the last 2 months in the U.S. too, so it's good for me. Break the. I like over easy eggs. You can break the yolk into the rice.
Mm.
Yep, we're doing good. I was gonna go live earlier, and then I went back to sleep and slept till like 7:15. So that's the latest I've slept since I've been in the Philippines. So, and I was dreaming. So that if I was dreaming, that means I was in a deep sleep. So
That's why I'm so tired.
I love running yolks. Good morning, AHA channel. Mm. Usually runny eggs are only a problem if it's the whites. As long as the whites are cooked, you're usually good to go. Beware of an old man in a profession where young men usually die young. Yeah. That's why I left the shipyard. Among many other reasons, that stress was killing me. I was very good at the job. I was one of the most senior work control techs in the yard, but it was very stressful even knowing how to do it because you're always worried you're going to mess something up. And if, in my job, if you mess something up, you had a high probability of hurting somebody, killing somebody, somebody or damaging equipment. So very high stress, high responsibility job. Mm. Thanks for coming in, Dave. Thank you. Well, I moved here, so as long as they keep extending my visa, I'll be here. Philippines is home now. And wherever Chi is in the Philippines, if I'm with her, then that's home. Can I have some too? Find this off.
Okay.
What? Why are you laughing at me?
Just
Thank you. Super happy to be here, man. We're having an amazing time. We got home from Bohol yesterday. Did 3 days in Bohol. I have lots of video to edit, and I'm not feeling very motivated at the moment, other than doing live streams. The owner had the workers come up and clean up yesterday up here. We're on the second floor, and they came up to clean up from the generator exhaust. We didn't ask them to, they just did it. It was pretty nice. Hey Shako, how you doing, buddy? I always put the opening to the...
Okay, sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. You can be sorry about it. Having another delicious home-cooked breakfast. Instead of making 2 cups of coffee, we made 1 cup of coffee in the travel mug.
It's still hot or cold?
Yeah, it's hot.
Nice.
Thank you. Ooh, yummy. She just made me a scrambled egg parmesal breakfast or a sandwich. Is that garlic chili sauce in the fridge? Is that in the ref?
Garlic?
Garlic chili sauce?
Yeah. Here. Here. It's here.
Oh, it's here. I think this, I don't know. Yeah. This has to go in the refrigerator.
In the fridge.
Yeah, so I don't know if I should eat it now. Let's throw away. Refrigerate after opening.
Oh.
Okay, well, we'll get a new garlic chili sauce.
Oh my gulay.
She's not used to refrigerating things. It's probably fine because it's so spicy, but I'd rather not try it and find out if it's not.
I asked you before.
No.
I put
Yeah, I said fridge. Yeah, she's always hiding.
Good morning, kiss.
She says it's because she just woke up and she looks haggard, but then she'll fix her face and she's still hiding. Oh, I saw haggard. You look beautiful. You could win a beauty contest just like that. Well, I initially woke up at 3 and was awake till 4. And then about 4:15 she woke up and snuggled me to lay down, and I passed out till about 7:15. She's always beautiful. Maganda always. It's overcast but beautiful.
Good morning, sweetie Anne.
Hey, sweetie Ann, good morning. Feel free to drop a link.
Sweetie Anne is from Bayawan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She live there now?
She lives in Manila area.
Oh, okay. Well, sweetie Ann, if you come to Baiwan, let's try and meet in person. You can tell me all the chismes about Chi.
What? She live in the city, but me is just 1 hour, right? Chismis. No more chismis. I think it's nice if you put.
Oh, the corned beef on it?
Try that. Ooh.
She's eating. Put some corned beef on the sandwich. It's really good. As all the onions and things fall out the back end. How's everybody doing? Like half my viewers are from the Philippines. That's awesome. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Making me angry.
Please like, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe. Appreciate everybody that comes in and spends some of their time with us. It's always fun hanging out with my friends. I've got to make myself edit, but I'm not excited about editing, but I enjoy doing the live streams. It's good for me. I had tuna sinigang on the river cruise. I appreciate it, Crooked Eye. It definitely helps. It's too early for it to roll over, but as of yesterday, I'm at 1,088 watch hours out of 3,000 for initial monetization, and then 4,000 is the, yeah, I'm always mukbang. Kuya mukbang.
Bang.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna make me try balut. You know, I'll get to see me vomit on camera.
Tahu.
Oh yeah, I got to try tahu. Oh my goodness.
You can upload that.
Yeah.
Your short video.
Yep. I made a short of the guy putting the tahu together and then trying it for the first time. So, banana larva? No, 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 no.
What?
Just saying things for you to have me try.
What? I didn't try that.
She said she didn't try it either. Thanks, Anina.
Ngayong aga. Is a hiligay nun. Yung aga, si Nina.
What's that one?
It's good morning.
Aga?
Aga. Morning. Good morning. Maayong aga.
In what?
Ilonggo or
Mango?
haligay nun.
Good grief, she's teaching me 3 languages.
It's not easy.
So no, that means none of the new words are sticking. Lemi,
Lamit.
I know that one. Lemi is delicious.
In Ilonggo namit.
In Ilonggo namit. Yeah, I don't need the baby duck. Just the whites are okay for me. And she says she eats balut, but she takes out the duck. I'm like, then you're not really eating the balut. Newly learned knowledge. Well, I am gonna buy a motorcycle, but probably not as soon as I thought, because I think I'll be fine driving. But for now, I'm good riding around. So I learned the areas, because if I was trying to stay safe driving and figure out where I'm going, probably wouldn't end up well. But the driving is
No.
next level. She's like, no, she doesn't want to drive. I'm gonna buy one, but I want to learn where stuff is, so when I'm going somewhere I can just go there most of the time. Yeah, I'm not eating rat. Too much chance for diseases. What's it,
Wala. Side dish.
side dish?
Yeah.
Eight people. Thanks for coming in, guys. Please hit the like and subscribe. called what? Can you text the DHL guy?
It might be like, yeah.
I need to go ahead and just order the new Ninja. Should have done that last week, but I was too zonked just to think about it.
Oh my god.
Smear it around. I think, well, I don't know where Lapu is, but yeah, I know I'm probably going to have to go to another island to get a Honda 80R. The guy that bought one here, he said, he didn't say which island, but he said he had to go to another island to get it in red. And he said you have to like go immediately, like put money down remotely and go immediately to pick it up because they sell like hotcakes because everybody wants those Honda 80Rs. There's another model too, so I need to look at what the models are and what the differences are. It looked like an 80R, but it had a keyless system. You just have the key or a fob in your pocket, and it's a proximity thing, so when you sit on the bike, then you just push the button and start it up. Alright, Lapu. Well, if I have to, we'll go to Cebu or wherever to pick up the bike and ride it home. Be an adventure. Honda ADV has 28 liters of storage under the seat, and the guy had put a top box on it that had like another 42 liters of storage on the top box, and there was still plenty of room for her to ride behind me. Really nice bike. It's almost 6 p.m. on the west coast of the U.S. Chip said it's raining there. There's been a lot of thunder and lightning storms. Been a lot of wildfires starting up. Yeah, I made sure to bring enough cash to convert to have extra, but also have enough to get a motorcycle. Lauren Nickham, how you doing, bud? How's your trip? We got home from Bahol yesterday. Where you at now? Coffee's hot. It's delicious though. Is there another spoon somewhere? Where's the other spoon?
It's here now. Put that for?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Can I have the spoon?
No. It's okay.
Miserable? Is that sarcasm? I feel like that's sarcasm, not actual miserable. Northern Cebu, nice. Maybe you're up near Overstay. Overstay lives in Danbatime. Oh, Rena. Nine people. Hello, hello. I was all thirsty.
Water?
One of the big ones. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, so you got to be up there near Denbatayan. So you probably get on the ferry there in Denbatayan to go to Bantayan Island. Well, have fun on your trip. Stay safe. I got eggs and rice and spicy corned beef for breakfast. Hagnaya Tuban Tanyan. Okay.
Okay. Ooh, dumalita.
Right on. Yeah, I'm interested to do some trips before too long. First trip I want to do is to Bayawan. Never gotten into fantasy football. I had a lot of guys at work that were into it. She cooked onions and fresh garlic into the corned beef. It's really good. Hey, Scott's World, how you doing, buddy? I'm enjoying the warm weather. It's better on my knees. Warm weather and humidity feels pretty good. My knees hurt sometimes, but it's more when we're sitting and I'm kind of like up under me a little bit. I need to not do that. Oh man, it's funny. This Capico Blanca 3-in-1 is better than the cappuccinos at the resort. And those were fresh brewed cappuccinos. I'm a fan of the 3-in-1, but I will be excited to get my Ninja so I can start making Death Wish. Hey, Reveal. How you doing, bud? KuyaStorm. Doing very well, thanks. Did Jasper go live? Not yet. Probably any time now. Yeah. We got a bunch of different types to try. Got a bunch of different Capico. Got Nescafe. We'll try those. But I do like the Capico. But if you want good caffeine, Death Wish is the way to go. Very smooth. Ooh, Manny Pacquiao coffee. I'll have to try it. Thanks, man.
Like this?
Sure. She's giving me her leftover eggs because she's full. She's so full, then she says she's haggard, but Filipina haggard would win beauty pageants compared to Western women. Mm. 9 people. How's everybody doing? If you have questions or topics, let me know. Been here. This is day 8 in the Philippines. Coffee and breakfast. Sitting on Island. I like this place. Need everybody to pray for my dad. My mom hasn't told me, but the guy that bought my house is in contact with him, and my dad is sick with COVID right now, and I think they don't want to tell me because they don't want me to worry. How long is the visa? They initially give you 29 days on entry, and then I've got to extend it, and I think they extend you for 29, and then I think the third time you extend, maybe they give you a 60-day, and that's when you get your ACR card, but I'm not sure. Hopefully I don't have any trouble with extensions. Thanks, Reveal. Yeah, you get 29 days on entry. You can do longer, not on a tourist visa, but you can apply for other visas at Philippines consulates in the U.S. So you could apply for a longer visa if you qualify for one from there. Yeah, praying for my dad to be okay and praying for all my visa extensions to go through. Because this is home now and I don't want to leave. "15 people, hello." 15 likes, nice. Well, I haven't seen a notification for Jasper going live and he hasn't messaged me. Alright, thanks, KuyaStorm. The reveal. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Did you put any nutmeg or cinnamon in?
Cinnamon.
A nutmeg? Thank you. Yummy. Let that steep for a couple minutes. So I don't have any. Alright. Take care, say hi to Meds. Hey, Maridel, Epigar. Drop your link in here. All right, thanks, Chip. Appreciate the update. Ash really isn't a problem. He's such a good boy. Sweetie, sweetie. You're my sweetie. Oh, no problem, Philip. Thanks for coming in, brother. Even if you guys are just watching in the background lurking, it's cool. Yeah, no, I need to cut my nails. Try. Her eyes got big. She tried my coffee. I just put nutmeg and cinnamon in it. She's like, wow. Even if she's faking it, she looks very excited about it. So she likes.
I like that. I forgot to put mine.
Well, the more you have it, you'll be like, something tastes funny. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the cinnamon and nutmeg in it. Hey, Boss Harvey, how you doing? We just had breakfast. Now we're just kicking back. I'm enjoying coffee and hanging out with the stream. So if you guys have questions or topics, let me know. We're just hanging out now. I don't have to do anything. I mean, we may go to the store later, but I'm retired. That's crazy. This is my work. This is my work.
Upload the short later.
Yes, dear. Upload the short later. Unggoy.
I'm good. Oink. I'm good. Hi guys. I'm so haggard. Oh my gulay na.
You're not haggard. Take your hand off.
No.
Yes. 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 She's so haggard. Oh my goodness. So haggard. I may have to trade her in for a less haggard Filipina. What's that? She flipped my nose. No, I would not trade her for any Filipina. Oh, that's fine, Philip. Just take it easy, man. Just hang out with everybody. Well, some guys don't have the military disability and stuff, so their only way to do it is to come here and work. And if that's what you got to do to be in the Philippines, I'll tell you, it's worth it. Get a remote job and come here and work. But I'm super thankful that I got to come out here and be retired and do this. You'll see the stress I'm under here, doing my live stream, drinking coffee, hanging out on YouTube with my friends. She always looks lovely. Maganda always. Sana all.
Sana all. Santa oil.
Santa oil. Videos, shorts, live streams, that's my job. It's a rough job. I'll do it though. Somebody's got to. Yeah, you don't want to come out here, just stay in the US, leave more of the Philippines for me to enjoy. It's not like there's thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of beautiful single Filipinas waiting for their own foreigner. Everybody's been so friendly out here. Ma'am, sir. Or where you go, ma'am, sir. Thank you, sir. Salamat. And they always, their eyes get big and then they smile when I say something in Tagalog or Bisaya. So, I'll say salamat. And they're like, whoa. Oh my gulay. think I got started a little late today for Mark.
Winky, winky.
Winky winky from the behole. I
Oh.
still don't know if she understands that fully. She and Matets will laugh at a lot of the jokes, but they're like, I have no idea what's funny, but we'll just laugh with you.
That's so funny, no?
Hopefully that's a compliment, Kuya Wandera. Yeah, we're having a blast together. And we snuggle all night. Every once in a while we'll wake up and we're next to each other and we roll over and snuggle back up. Got my Krampus shirt on. Alright, Chip, take it easy, buddy. You can always let it run. New Bisaya words. I just said one a bit ago.
Hala, oy.
Lami.
Hala, oy.
Lami.
Bisaya. That's Bisaya.
Lami.
Lami.
Oh, that's Ilongo.
Lami. Bisaya.
Is Bisaya? You just told... I thought you just told me that was Ilongo.
Namit is Ilonggo.
Oh my gulai, how am I supposed to remember all these? She's teaching me 3 languages. That's okay, I'm teaching her sarcasm, so she's learning a language too. I get the... and bumping me and giving me side eye. "12 people, thanks for coming in, everybody." Lami Kale. What's that?
Very delicious.
Lami Kale breakfast. Whew. Hala oi.
Hala, oy.
You should see the face she makes when I say things like that. She's like, "It's so cute." If nothing else, I'll speak Tagalog and Bisaya and Ilonggo just to see that smile she makes. Hey, Scott Mason. Ingat lagi po. Ruby's home. Hello. Say hello to Ruby.
Good morning.
You are not haggard. Stop it.
I'm hungry.
You are not haggard. She's adorable. She says she's haggard. Straight out of bed, she's drop dead gorgeous.
Good morning. My Ruby's home. Sir's good. Good morning. Back from Bohol, yeah?
Yep, we got home yesterday at about 2 p.m.
It's really yummy. Wow. I have a lot of videos that you did.
We took so much video, it'll take weeks to edit. She looks like, oh no, weeks to edit all the footage. That's weeks of videos and shorts. It was a blast. I could definitely live in Bohol, so we're definitely going to visit again. The Lubbock River Cruise, I'll never stop talking about that.
Tarsier, wow.
Yeah, the tarsiers are really cool, but you can only get like 3 to 5 feet from them. You can't like get right up next to them.
And you can make noise.
Yeah, you have to observe silence.
Yeah.
You don't want to scare them. I'm kind of wondering though, because there's a big leaf behind each of them, and part of me is curious: are those real tarsiers or are those animatronics?
No, I don't know.
I feel like maybe they've got some animatronic ones for the tourists, because they'll be like, "Oh, here's a tarsier," one of the workers. I'm like, I don't know how there's just a giant leaf behind each of the tarsiers. Maybe. But some of them move. I was watching them for them to blink, and they weren't blinking.
There's a blink, yeah? Your
No,
one video, I like it.
Yeah, I got a really good short video. He's like looking at the tree, and he looks over, But I'm like, man, is he real or is he animatronic?
It's real.
Where's a good place to live in Bohol? I don't know the names of the areas, but we saw so many really nice places in the province driving to Chocolate Hills from Cliffside Resort. I saw probably over 100 places that I would gladly live that were really nice. They were obviously enclosed. They've obviously got AC out in the province with the trees and bananas and buko growing next to them, and super peaceful, super beautiful. Yeah, I don't know the names, but just go on a drive from Panglao to Chocolate Hills and you'll see plenty of places that you'd be like, I can live here, I can live here, I can live here. And occasionally you'll see a sign available for rent or purchase. But I can see why so many people go to Bohol. It's really pretty, but I want to go to Baiwan and see how it looks out there.
The thing in Bohol is when you take a picture from their camera and you pay. I thought it's free.
Yeah. If you go doing any touristy stuff and they'll take a picture and then at the end they're really good about finding you. Like you're not wearing a number or anything and they're like, oh, come here, come here, come here. And then they want you to buy the pictures. And on the ATV tour they did like 4 stops, and at each of the stop they had tons of pictures to choose, and of course you're wanting some of the pictures. And they're like, okay, 920 pesos. And I'm like, I just gave you another 1,000 pesos half an hour ago. So be careful about the milking with the pictures, but they are really good pictures. But if you're gonna do the touristy stuff, sometimes you're gonna want to be like, nah, I took my own pictures, but there's certain places you can't take pictures. But the guide at the ATV took turns with our different phones and GoPro and stuff, taking video, and he did a really, really good job. I mean, he's riding around and that thing's going, the ATV's going crazy, and he's like a manual gimbal, and the videos and stuff are nice and smooth. Probably have like over an hour of GoPro footage from the ATVs. It'll be a lot of fun. And the GoPro videos are recording in 4K, so there's some of them I'm hoping I can rotate it, because I had clicked horizon lock because I didn't know I needed to do that for some of the stabilization, and then I turned it sideways to take a vertical, and the camera moved, but then when I downloaded it, it's rotated funny, so hopefully in the editing it's easy to change it.
It's easy.
She says it's easy. We'll see if it's easy.
It's easy though.
Hopefully it's easy in CapCut.
You can use your cut.
Yeah, but I paid
I pay you like 255 pesos for a year. But until now it's
only 255 pesos.
yeah.
I think I paid, I don't know, it was $100 or $180
Oh my god, it's
for a year of
expensive.
CapCut.
Mine is 255 and it's since last year until now.
Yeah, 255 pesos, not dollars. I
Yeah,
paid like
pesos.
180 or dollars.
Expensive.
Right, but my address is set to the US, so your address is set to here, so they know you're Filipina. So they know they have to scale down the prices here. Capico Blanca, super good. We got 11
I
people.
tried to eat last night before I sleep, but I fall asleep like I don't know.
Eat what? Oh, edit. Yeah.
I ate it.
The phone was on.
Yeah.
I turned it off for you.
Ah, really?
Yeah, it was still on, so
Oh my
you need to make
God.
sure you turn it off
Oh,
so it's not
thank
doing
you.
screen burning.
I don't know. Because I fall asleep.
She was trying to edit, fell asleep editing last night. We were both pretty tired from the trip. 11 people, 19 likes. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank likes, well.
20 likes now? Nice. Thanks, guys. if you got questions or topics, let me know. Happy to shoot the breeze about whatever. I'm just in kind of a daze right now after breakfast and getting this coffee in me. I could probably go back to sleep. Are you taking pictures?
No, I'm not taking.
Hmm.
You're sleepy. Me too.
Yeah, we're both still sleepy. And I actually slept until 7:15. Hey Nancy DC, how you doing? Good morning. Good evening, good night there in the US. Nancy DC makes me wonder if that's your name or if that's like Nancy Pelosi in DC.
I believe how you had capacity.
Yeah, they stop at, they have different stages and the different cruise boats stop there for 10 or 15 minutes and dance. It was really good. I've had, I'm not sure what tapa is, I've had tocino and longanisa. I don't know what names for protection. That's fine, Nancy. Legend, how you doing, buddy? I can tell that's from a song, but I don't know what song.
I'm just reading what Lydia said.
Yum. Alright, breakfast is done, coffee's done. Maybe I'll go inside where it's cool for a while.
Okay.
You gonna come in?
You go first, I will clean it here.
Okay. She told me I will go first. Not yet. Give me just a second, guys, to get set back up. All right. I don't know why it's tipped. There we go. Well, that's the bed that was here, so free bed, I'll take it. Hey, Richie Rocket. No LaShawn yet. Yeah, slept well. I didn't at first. I woke up a few times, and I woke up at 3, and I was awake from 3 to 4. And I was like, all right, I'll get up in a little bit and do my live stream at 5 or 5:30. And then I opened my eyes, and it was 7:15, so Legend is yelling again. Whopping 5.5 hours. Well, I still think that's more sleep than I got. I'm not even sure if I've slept a solid 5 hours at a stretch since I got here. Partly getting used to the time change, even though it feels like the time it's supposed to be here. I think my body's trying to wake me up like, hey, it's noon in the US, wake up, dummy. And then I look at my other watch and I'm like, no, go back to sleep, other dummy. Are we hanging out all night again? Sometime. Still getting adjusted. But yeah, it's fun to hang out. Start a call early. But early for me is late night for you. But maybe we can do it when you're at work. I really want to pass out again for a while. You're too poor for dinner. You ate air. Well, if you're too poor to eat, then don't send me more PayPals, silly. Save your money so you can eat. Stay healthy. But I will say that meal you bought us at Mist was amazeballs. I'm definitely taking much better care of myself. Don't tell you how to live your life. Eating air. Oh my goodness, jackass. Let's see what picture that Google made for me. Yeah, that's a nice picture. Oh, come on. Google Photos keeps sending me pictures. Oh, we made this one. We put a filter on it for you. That is a good picture. That's this S24 takes nice photos. I'll show you here in just a second. Oh. Oh, wow. It made an animation. All right. Check out this picture. Well, it doesn't look as good on there, but super clear HDR picture. I don't know what kind of filter Google Photos took on it, but it's nice. Hey, Jester, how you doing, bud? Who thinks you should call in? Let's see. Do a weather report. Weather now in Valencia is 84 degrees. Feels like 92, 89% humidity. So the humidity is definitely up, but it feels good on my nose because my nose gets dried out and I get bloody noses, but not really here unless we spend a lot of time in the AC and going in and out. But I gotta put petroleum jelly in my nose a lot to keep it from happening. 20% with you. Well, if you call, you gotta be good. Let me tip this up to hide my belly a bit. Did you grab the water for me? I just burped acid. Austin Wynn, how you doing, buddy? So many creepers. Creepy, 9 people. Thank you. Oh, not everybody's creeping. Some people have been saying hi. Some are just letting it run for the watch hours. Yeah, good to see you too, bud. I think Jester said it was like 1,400 total. So I don't know per person. Really, a lot of it was. Well, the ferry wasn't that expensive, but there was the flight from Manila to Bohol and back, and then the resort. It was very nice, very beautiful, really good food. All the food's expensive, and you're away from. There's not that many people at the resort. It's a smaller resort, so you're not like crowded out. Just assume I don't use WhatsApp. So you don't even have to ask. Google is the only way. I'll close my YouTube so I can pick it up. There, I'm calling you legend. Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up, bro? I had something smart ass to say, and I forgot.
You usually do.
Look at that rice. Look at that rice cooker over there. And I'm not talking about Che. I'm talking about the actual rice cooker.
Oh, yeah. Well, the little rice cooker she got when she moved over from Biowan, just to have something to cook on, because the aroma rice cooker wasn't there yet. But the bigger one, it'll cook rice really good, like restaurant quality rice. But you can also slow cook in it like a crock pot.
Yeah.
And that thing's only like $48.
Bro, you need to introduce Miss Che to crock pot meals.
Oh, I know, and we can cook them in that cooker over there, the silver and black one.
You know, get some braised beef, some carrots, some potatoes, some other veggies, and put them in there.
Yeah, but there's a lot of kind of slow cooked Filipino food too. I want to have her make a big pot of sinigang. It's not an Instapot. It's an aroma rice cooker. It's only like $48. Sinigang is a type of soup, and we had tuna sinigang on the river cruise, and it's amazing.
You should get
I've had an air fryer in the U.S., Herbie. I just don't know if I want to use it here because of the electricity costs, and it pulls a lot of juice, and I don't think my power converter can hold it because they run about 1,500 watts or 1,900 depending on the heat. So.
No, I think you're overthinking it.
Well, Boss Herbie said to get an air fryer, but I had air fryers in the U.S. and I love them, but I don't think we need it here.
Bro, you're in the Philippines. Just splice directly into the power grid, like everybody else does, and get free energy.
You're funny.
Or just go to the empty room next door and use the air fryer and then come back.
Legends are gonna get me in Philippines jail.
Go to Starbucks, plug in your air fryer, have a coffee, cook your steak and all that, and then boom. I mean, there's no rule that states you can't. You can charge your phone, you can use an air fryer.
I feel like outside food is not allowed, so I feel like that is forbidden.
Just tell them it identifies as a water bottle.
My air fryer identifies as a water bottle. Leave me alone.
Yeah. I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, I wonder when it's really going to hit Kuya that he's not going back home.
This is home. I am home.
I know, but I'm saying, back home to America, that is no longer your home. I wonder when it's going to, actually hit him. Oh my God, this is real.
I think it's already hitting me because I think part of me thought about keeping the house and renting it, but by selling it, it really broke the tie there. And so when I left, it felt like leaving, and when I walked in the door here, it felt like coming home. So.
Did you keep an American phone number?
Yep. The one, it's on Wi-Fi, but the phone you're calling me on right now, the only reason WhatsApp works at all is because it's tied to my U.S. number.
Now, how are you going to get rid of that? Because those plans in America are overpriced like a mother.
Well, you have to keep a U.S. line, even if you get a $60 one from T-Mobile. But the problem is, the one that I have, I'm going to keep because I have Ultimate Unlimited, and it includes all of their international plan features. So
why don't you split it like Cricket? get $10 line. Change your number over there. That's all you need, because you're not needing it for anything in America.
Well, actually, there's a lot of times that the internet goes out and I end up going on my cell data on both phones. So it's good.
When you hooking up Starlink?
I don't know. If we're here, we don't necessarily need it, especially since I don't have a solar generator yet. So I've got to save up for that and ship it to the guy that bought my house, Josh, and then have him send it over by like buy-in box, because they're big lithium-ion batteries, like 1,000 watt-hour lithium-ion batteries, and you can't air freight those, and they won't ship it directly to the Philippines because I can't plug it in to the wall here, but I can use solar panels, because that unit is not rated up to 220. It's only rated for 115. And I've got a power converter, but it's only good to 350 watts. So I think Ash is going to have to stay there with Chip probably until January, because our plan got foobarred because Jester can't come out in October because his work is making him go to some kind of work thing in Las Vegas in October. So he's not coming till November, and Chip needs to leave before then. So Ash is going to stay with Chip for a while, and Chip's going to try and come out in January and probably bring Ash with him then. So we'll stay here for a few months and make use of the money savings, and then we'll find a place, because I don't think the owner's going to let us have Ash inside, even though he's basically like a service animal. So probably in probably January or so we'll get a place, maybe December, and that's probably when we'll get Starlink. But I brought.
What does that place cost?
What does this cost a month? 10,000 pesos, and that includes water and Wi-Fi.
Well, do you get like a free breakfast?
No, but we get a 10% discount if we do eat in the restaurant. Why do I need free breakfast? Her cooking is amazing.
Is she pretty good?
Oh, dude, yeah. Her food's awesome.
I'm sorry, I'm used to American women that can't make a freaking sandwich.
No, her food I would buy in a restaurant. Chip says it could be earlier than January. That's funny. I think Chip wants to come out soon. I think my friend from work that was on swing shift with me, Dwayne Whiteside, I think he's going to leave the shipyard and either come here or Thailand or Latin America, because he's getting a divorce.
You could start the expat community.
we could have a whole compound.
I know.
And what's cool about it is they're all really cool people, so we would have fun hanging out all the time. It wouldn't be like the Juma people. It would be almost everybody that's doing it is former military, so that kind of humor.
Yeah, that dark sense of humor.
Yep.
I'm so mad that I missed my freaking opportunity to make almost $250,000.
How could you allow yourself to get distracted from that? You're good.
Because I was working. So I had some crackhead come in with a crackhead emergency, and I had to go deal with this crackheadness and all of this crap, some other work things on the computer, and I completely forgot about it until the next day. I was just like scrolling through, because I had added it to my watch list, and I was scrolling through. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "What the heck is up, freaking, 80% right now? What?" And I was like, "Oh, it's that one coin I was gonna buy," and then it went up another. It went up again. It went up from 5.3 cents.
Yeah.
Like 5 cents and 0.3, whatever. I don't even know how you call that.
Right.
Like 5 cents and a third of a cent, right? It went all the way up to 35.5 cents.
Legend got distracted at work. He was going to buy a bunch of coin. He probably would have made $250,000 and got distracted at work and didn't get it. Jackass.
Oh, dude, you don't understand. I'm over here walking around like on suicide watch for myself.
Yeah, no, I know.
I got my Glock right now. I'm like, I should just freaking do an office pop.
No,
You know.
no, you need to come hang out here. Don't do stupid things
No,
like
I'm
that.
talking about office combat shooting in the air.
Oh my
You
goodness.
know.
Oh no,
I mean,
I've
I haven't.
call the WHO. I've got some kind of green dots on me. Some new disease. Oh, look, I've got some green disease on me.
Yeah, I mean, it's Minneapolis. I could literally empty a clip right now, and it's like the. Hold on, who's fighting over there?
I think Legend has to go do work.
I'm watching. They're over here. Freaking. Let me show you. These fucking people out there in front of the building fighting each other. I'm waiting for them to get stupid, then I'll go over there and freaking put my foot up somebody's butt.
You should have an attachment so you can wear your camera on it and go over and it'll be like cops on my stream.
I can't do it because they're protected under the client privilege. So they're all technically part of the treatment center, so they're protected under HIPAA and DHS, like all that. So I can't record them unless it's like for work purposes where an incident happens and I have to show them what happened or something.
Yeah.
So I can't.
That's unfortunate.
You know.
That'd make for good views.
I will say I have gotten now it's different. Like I have caught people coming in and out of trash cans. I'll send you the video one day and you'll die of laughter about it.
I bet it's like, what are you doing?
Bro, like these people are like little rats. They like fill the rooms with like trash from all over the city and build a literal mound in the middle of their room. And then they just live on the filth.
That's crazy. Hey, Sweetie Ann, thank you.
Who's that? Anything good happening in the chat?
No, just people saying hi. Boss Herbie said, work, what's that?
Boss Herbie, send me some money so I can say the same thing.
Work. That's what I'm doing right now on this live stream.
I hate you right
now. Y'all see the stress I'm under here, as Overstay would say. I have to credit people when I use their phrase. Hey, Mike's Powerhouse.
You're right down the street from Overstay. Why don't you go visit him?
No, I'm not. We're on Negros. He's on Cebu.
Dude, Cebu's like a freaking rock throw away.
No. It was, they went from Dan Batayan to Cebu and back one day, and it was like a 16-hour round trip.
Listen, you hire a little boat, and you fucking all the way around the island.
It's a lot bigger than you think it is. It's a lot further than, it would be like taking a boat from Seattle to Eugene, Oregon, which is hours and hours.
Huh.
It's
how big do you think it is? I tell girls.
Hey, Kubran. How you doing? Legend, you're chopping out.
You're chopping out. I says I have green bars.
I don't know. My stream's smooth, but every once in a while, it's probably.
Well, I think it's because I think the satellites are reestablishing connection.
Yeah, it's all good. No worries.
You remember back in the day when you couldn't even video chat and you're like in Yahoo chat talking to a complete stranger? You had no idea what they looked like.
Right.
And they like finally like figure out send a picture to you.
Yeah, and remember trying to send a picture over like a 56.6 connection or 48.8 connection? A 2 meg picture would take like, yeah, like 15 to 30 minutes to send a 2 meg super low resolution photo.
I remember like a lot of guys, like I went through like the whole transition to Marines, and I remember telling like the newer generations, like, bro, when I was on my first deployment, I wrote letters to girls, and I had to wait for letters to come back.
Well,
like, there was none of the instant nudie pics.
Well, on submarines, it was one way because all we had, there was no. Now they have Sailor Mail where, once in a while they get to transmit, and and then they'll receive incoming. So now the sailors, even on subs, have some email They may go dark for a few weeks or a month at a time, but they actually have email. I had what they called family grams, and it was only 50-word messages inbound. And we got
Yeah, so you gotta be like them.
we had 8 or 9 of those per like 75-day patrol.
You know, I learned something interesting about nuclear subs the other day.
Oh,
That you have a better chance of finding like a softball floating through outer space than a nuclear submarine.
maybe back in the day, but now they're finding like if they are traveling at high speed, China's come up with some technology that can detect even basically small ripples and differentiate it from being a wave. So they can actually track submarines that way now, and it's just like in the last few years.
So you think submarines are gonna go obsolete then?
I don't think they'll ever be obsolete, but they may have to. I mean, already they may high speed transit to where they're going, and then they put around at low speed. So if they're at low speed, I don't think they're going to be able to detect them much unless they lose depth control and broach. That's bad, especially if you're in unfriendly waters, or I'm sure we never go within the 12 nautical mile range, right? Wink, wink. I'm sure that never happens.
Yeah. Okay. What was I gonna say? How good is the food on a sub? Is that true that the submariners get the best freaking food ever?
I don't know if it's still true, but when I joined the Navy, it was definitely true. I think everything's changed a lot, but I mean, it's still, we're not, they cook every meal basically, at least the first parts of deployment until they start running into, because if they're on a really long deployment and then if they get extended and they start running low, there's times they'll be down to like crackers and peanut butter and hot or pancakes sometimes for like weeks for basically every meal.
Well, I mean, like, how do you guys get rid of people on a submarine?
Say that again, you chopped out.
How do you guys? Let me try to call you back. Let me try to reestablish connection.
All right.
Hold on.
Hey, Jester, Scott, Sweetie, everybody. See if Legend can call me back and we get a better connection.
Are you there?
Yep.
All right. Well, it says, how do you guys get rid of trash on the subs?
So it depends what kind of trash. If it's plastic and stuff, you collect that for offloading when you pull into port. But the rest of it, you have what's called a TDU, trash disposal unit. And you have lay flat metal cans that are pre-cut and everything. And you have a big roller, you put it in the roller and it rolls it into a can shape. And then you fold over the bottom. You have little holes and little tabs, you put them in and hammer them over, and then you fill it in, and you got a 3,000-pound trash compactor. So you roll the cans, you put it in the trash compactor, and you put the trash in, and it smashes it down, and you have to weigh each one of the cans. And depending on the class of sub, you can shoot like 5 to 9 cans at a time, but you have to be going slow enough and in a place where it's okay to do it, but you have to weight them so they can't come open and float up and let people know where it's at. But if it's stuff that'll deteriorate or biodegrade, then we just eject it out of the bottom of the sub.
That's crazy. See, I always thought about that. I was like, man, I wonder how they do, because you guys are so closed off from everything else.
Yeah, they're probably about 2.5 or 3 feet tall. They're about this big around, and you can get a whole lot of trash on those with that 3,000-pound trash compactor. And you put them in, seal it up, open the hull valve, and then flush them out the bottom of the boat. But that's only, like I
What
said,
about? Go ahead.
it's only stuff that can biodegrade or rust away. So nothing that's like plastic. We keep that stuff on station.
What about like if you like? What about for like poop and showers and all that other stuff? Like, do you guys reuse water, or do you guys pump it out, or?
We pump it out, blow it out. Some of it depends on the sub. Trident subs have uh, pumps. You can pump it overboard, and so yeah, you've got chunkies. But so I think the poopy pump is made by like Heinz, because it's basically a catch-up pump, like an industrial catch-up pump, because it's designed to pump that kind of stuff. Now on the fast attacks, they don't have space for those, so they'll every so often they have to like leave where they're at and pump or blow overboard. A lot of times you'll pump the stuff to a hard tank, because a soft tank isn't pressurized to sea pressure, so you'll transfer it to a hard tank, and then with compressed air blow it overboard.
That's crazy. You guys use TP, or
Yeah.
how does that work?
Yep.
Yeah.
They take TP. They have these big linen bags. They fill them up, so they're all. You can stuff them in. We have storage areas that are basically voids that you can't like stay in, and we just fill them full of bags of TP and stuff like that. But we make our own water from seawater. We have reverse osmosis units, and then we have air generation units. So we make our own fresh water, and then we send some of it through like a demineralizer and run it through to separate the oxygen and hydrogen, and send the hydrogen overboard. And so we make our own air and water.
Now, is that water tasty, or?
It's fine. It comes through reverse osmosis, and then it goes in the potable water tanks. Now it's funny because when you don't want the tank to be totally clean. Like when you open up a potable water tank, it's like grassy stuff growing in it. But
Yeah.
when that's in there, the water tastes good. When you're in port, if they have to clean it out to do work on it or something, until that stuff grows back, the water tastes kind of like butt.
So it's like that good bacteria.
I wouldn't call it bacteria. It's more like, I don't know what you would call it underwater, not moss, but kind of some kind of,
Nature stevia.
yeah, basically. So that's when that stuff regrows, that's when the water tastes like it should. Otherwise, it's like interacting with the metal from the tank, so it tastes funky.
So do you guys have like unlimited showers basically now, or do you still have to do like the 5-minute shower?
You still do the 5-minute shower, because if it's unlimited, you're filling up the tanks more, and then you have to pump or blow more. And pumping or blowing are noisy evolutions, and you're trying to be undetected, right? So,
How do they know that you're using a shower too long?
because they can see the tank levels. You have watches that take hourly or half-hourly tank levels, and they know who's awake and not on watch, so they can figure out. And it's usually the clean people are the sonar techs, like I was. So the joke was they call us shower techs. We had a guy on my first boat. He would take a watch oncoming, which means they'd wake him up for watch. He'd take a shower, eat, go on watch for 6 hours, get off watch, clean up after we ate, off going. He would take a shower, then he'd go work out, and then he'd take another shower before going to the wreck. So he was taking 3 showers per cycle. And we used to be on an 18-hour cycle. Now they're on a 24-hour cycle. I don't even know how that works. But, yeah, good old Navy shower. You get in, get wet, turn it off, soap up, shampoo up, rinse off, and you're done. You get a squeegee and wipe down the walls.
Well, how does the gym work?
They find places all around the sub with. You go to one spot and it'll have a weight machine, and another place will have a bike, and another place will have a treadmill. So that
There's not like any. There's no loose dumbbells flying around.
No, no. A lot of times they'll have like the lock-in. You twist on the selector for the different weights, so they may have dumbbells. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's exercise equipment, Phuket, all sorts of places on the boat. Just wherever
Now,
there's space.
How does it work when you guys come to like port? Because you're such a classified vessel. Like, yeah, aircraft carriers pretty, classified or whatever.
Hey, Mark.
But it's a
Good.
It's a whole different when a nuclear submarine shows up with a nuclear payload. Like,
Well,
like
we don't come in with a nuclear. There's a difference. Nuclear submarine just means it has a reactor. So
okay.
all of our subs are nuclear powered, but we have had, knock on wood, no reactor incidents because the fuel they use in the nuclear on the submarines is such higher quality that it's much more refined than what you would find in a civilian reactor, so that your life is longer, and they build the fuel cells so they're like the life of the ship.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, like, you got carry nukes with you everywhere, all the time.
No, not most of them. Only the Trident submarines carry nukes. Allegedly, potentially.
Oh. That's because my buddy was at Bangor, Maine.
Yeah.
Bangor, Oregon.
Bangor, Washington.
Bangor,
Yeah,
Washington.
that's where I spent most of my career.
You probably read a couple of my friends that were Marines there. They're the ones that will kill anyone that comes near the fucking subs when they're offloading them.
Yeah.
And then when the Department of Energy shows up with their freaking their semis to move around nukes and shit like that, they're over there escorting them with the DoD contractors, and they'll kill anyone that are near it.
Yeah, you don't mess around the Marines. Nothing like a brainwashed 19-year-old with an M16 or a 50 cal.
Yeah, my buddy told me that they beat the fuck out of some protesters that try to push it.
Yeah.
And they warned them. They like, do not cross that line. We have authorization to use deadly force immediately. And the commander said, don't let them cross the line. Go out there and beat the fuck out of them and detain them. So they beat the fuck out of these protesters were not expecting it. And they all caught like federal felonies.
Yep.
Just once. Yeah, because there's like a level of lines. The red line, you're dead. But like if you start crossing it, you're breaking a felony. It's felony.
Yeah, that's stuff that can blow up, half of a state. They don't mess around with that. They don't care who you are.
So my buddy, I had an opportunity to be on the contract to escort the nukes around the country.
Yeah.
And my buddy, we roll around and unmarked like SUVs and minivans, and we'll follow like a random semi, like they'll be between us, and we have miniguns that come out the top and shit. And that semi, once it starts rolling, does not stop until the next checkpoint, and it's a designated spot for fuel and everything. And nothing can come in between the convoy. No state trooper.
Oh, I know.
No cop. Like my buddies tell me stories. They had like stupid fucking people get in between their convoy, and they'd pull up alongside of them, open up the side, and pull out their miniguns and point it at some soccer mom, and then they'd be on their like intercom system saying, "You are in an authorized military convoy. Move immediately, or you will be fired upon. You have 5 seconds to comply." And they're like, like spit out. And he said the favorite one was when he had a state trooper try to pull over the semi, and they got up alongside the state trooper, and they told him the same thing, and like the state trooper's like looking at him, like had his lights on, he's like, "No, you pull over now." And they like told, "You have 10 seconds to move or we will engage you." And like there's a comms officer on there, and apparently that cop got the call because he slammed on his brakes, flipped the 180, and got the hell out of there. He told him, "Get away from him."
Yeah, man, they don't mess around. Yeah.
No, they have liability. Zero liability.
Yep. Yep.
And it will never be reported on the news.
Yep.
It will never be talked about.
Yep.
Rub clean.
Yep. Yeah, man. They And those convoys and trucks are on, like, they've got satellites on them. They got not just GPS, but they're watching them on satellite the whole time. So I'm sure if somebody comes up, they've got somebody in a control center somewhere. Get that idiot away from them right now.
Yeah, well, like not even moving of the nukes goes through a process. Like my buddy was telling me, like, so there's like 6 people involved, and each one of them don't know the other person at all. They don't know. They're just told you're gonna go to here and move number 5 crate to number 6 warehouse, and then the other person's gonna go. And there's a bunch of warehouses, and nobody knows which one actually has a nuke in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But each one of them is treated like it has it in there. It's crazy.
Yeah, not stuff we need to get into detail on. But yeah, you don't mess around with them.
Yeah, you don't want to cross the fence over there. You'll end up in a small cage for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well, back in like the early 2000s, Goodyear got some time on one of the supercomputers at Sandia Labs, and they had a contract that a lot of the high-end Kevlar tires, they had Kevlar in the sidewalls so they wouldn't tear out. Most of those tires were going to Iraq and Afghanistan. So the agreement was that they gave them, DOE basically gave them time on the supercomputer so that they could rapidly model and prototype different tire configurations and material designs and computer model it instead of actually actually building the prototypes. And they had a picture, and in the entrance to Sandia Labs, they had big catwalks up over your head, and there were guys with miniguns pointing inward. So if you tried to do an incursion into Sandia Labs, they had a legit minigun this big around with a guy on it in all 4 corners, at least, if not 6 corners or 6 places inside that entryway, and they would just basically turn anybody that came into a fine mist.
Yeah, people don't understand what a minigun will do. So let's just say this: if I were to shoot a minigun at your standard SUV that's 7,000 pounds, I can cut an SUV in half in about 4.2 seconds.
Yep.
With the minigun.
Well, you can look up picture from the Warthogs when they do close-in support, because there is video, and you can watch people there'll be like a Talibani standing there, poof, just.
No, but that's not the minigun shoots a 30 caliber round. The one you're talking about shoots a freaking 30 millimeter or 27 or 30 mil round.
Right.
And one round will literally blow a human being in half.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're shooting at like 3,000 rounds a minute.
Yeah, if it misses you by a few inches, it will rip off a chunk of your flesh as it's flying by.
Yep.
Like,
pretty amazing.
We had a couple of guys when I was in Afghanistan. They were trying to ambush us. There was about 30 dudes in a wadi when I was in Nowzat. And we had Cobras on station. And the Cobras caught them out in the open in the wadi. And we walked past. There was dudes literally with their heads ripped off, arms ripped off. But I'll never forget this one dude. Like, he was still, like he was in post-mortis, all freaking jacked up. But he was on his knees, his head was gone, and there was a hole the size of a small freaking softball in his chest through and through.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yep. Warthogs go brr, 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 brr.
Yep. Yeah, and it's like 500 rounds coming at you.
Yeah, you're gone.
The most vicious Warthog pilot, or A-10 as you want to call it, pilot we ever dealt with it, believe it or not, were females.
Yeah. There's a really good story on YouTube. You can find this one female pilot, and she tells the story about where they were, and they were getting shot at because what they sit in is basically like an armored bathtub to keep the pilot safe. And they actually have wires and cables going to the avionics, so if they lose hydraulics, they can still fly it back. but you've got to be like super strong to be able to do that. And when she landed and got out and looked at it, even the ground crew was pretty shocked that she made it back because her plane was
Yeah.
just shredded.
Yeah, it reminds me of the old B-2 airplanes where like all the smart geeks were like, we need to reinforce all the areas that keep getting shred up. And he's like, no, we don't need to reinforce all the places that get shred up when planes arrive. We need to reinforce the areas that get hit and the plane does not come back.
Right.
So,
Well, if you try and reinforce everything, you won't be able to take off. Too much weight.
Yeah. You figured out that the best place would be the places everywhere except where it got shredded to pieces and came back. So they focused on, and then that brought up the survivability of those pilots through the roof. One of my favorite stories is, did you hear about like the shredded B-2 that had like a missing freaking rear aileron tail gone, and part of his wing was gone, and he was flying and like one of his engine was gone, and the fighter pilot came up behind him that was a Nazi fighter pilot and saw it and escorted him through enemy lines.
Wow.
Because he respected. That's a true story.
Yeah.
That's
the B-52s, not the B-2. The B-2 is the wing.
Yeah, I always mix those two up.
You got the B-1B Lancers. The B-2 is the stealth bomber, and then the B-52 are the big Stratofortress.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they have a new one now that's come out.
Well, they've got newer versions, but some of them they've refit. So, some of those are like 40 or 50 years old because they just keep upgrading them. And as long as the airframe's still good, they put new engines on them and new equipment, new avionics.
What the heck is on your shirt?
Krampus.
Krampus, the one that takes the bad children away.
Yes.
A German deity from the old times.
Yep.
And the black.
It was one of the shirts that came in one of my loot crates around Christmas time.
Do you get weird looks when you're walking around in the Philippines? Like, what the is that?
I actually haven't worn this one out yet, but I'm sure I would. They'd probably ask me if that's a whack whack.
No, you should tell them that's what Santa Claus looks like.
Well, here
Santa
their monster that comes out at night is called a whack whack.
Yeah, jeez. You know, El Chupacabra, all that. Like, freaking there's little legends everywhere around the world.
Yep.
I heard that freaking, like, even from overseas saying, like, all the freaking, like, myths in the Philippines, like, these creatures that hide in the trees. And, like, I don't know if you watched that one where he used to go fishing all the time to those islands.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Well, there was one, and his wife was all freaked out because she heard something in the trees, and none of the Filipinos would get out of their tents. They're all terrified. And he's like, what the, So he goes out, he's like, there's nothing out here. He's like, no, it's hiding. You can't see it. It's invisible. It's because you're white. You're not Filipino. It only gets Filipinos. He's like, well, if it only gets Filipinos, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah. What's the question, Nancy? Nancy says she has a question. What's the question? Go ahead.
I'm sure you have.
You have what?
I said, if she has questions, you have an answer. That's what I always tell people when they're like, I got a question. I'm like, I got an answer.
It may not be a good answer, but it'll be a funny answer.
You know it.
I'm going to kill the light.
Ooh, put me in the mood, baby boy. Ooh, we're about to get romantic. Boom, 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 boom. Making all kinds of babies in there.
Oh, and I did get the app installed. Hang on.
Ooh, so now you can control it.
Yes. Oops, that's not the one. Not that one. Oh, crud. It's on my streaming phone. Hang on. I'll do it anyway. It is. I like the blue, though, because it reminds me of water reflecting.
No. But you know what's funny is I got in an argument in one of Jasper's chat the other day.
Yeah.
Remember when Jasper was talking about, like, the guys came there and was like, well, the Philippines has the third largest economy and blah, 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 blah. Like, proceeded to try to educate Jasper on it. So I hopped in and I said, the Philippines is also one of the most heavily indebted countries in Southeast Asia.
Right.
I said, also the Philippines, and he brought up the the workforce, and I said the Philippines is also the only country that doesn't produce anything. Their main trade source is outsourcing freaking work, basically. So
Right.
like call centers like that. That's 2/3 of their GDP. And do you know what the problem? Like what the bear in the room that nobody is seeing?
Huh.
That I keep. You know what's going to happen to the Philippines in the next 10 years?
What's that?
2/3 of their GDP is going to go bye-bye instantly. They're going to go below a third world country.
We'll
Do
see.
you know why?
Why?
Well, think about it. What's the need of service and call center agents when there's a
AI.
thing called AI?
Yeah, that's true.
So AI is going to take 95% of all of those jobs.
That's
A
true.
supercomputer will be able to handle all of the chats, everything. It's pre-programmed. You can give it 1,000 scenarios and it'll learn from it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like I tell people all the time, like that's why I laugh when they're like trying to push away like the foreigners and the Westerners because
Right.
like we don't need you. But I'm like, yeah, you do, because you're going to be in a lot of trouble when you don't think the West does not care. They will wipe away everything with AI. They'll replace Americans with AI. They
Yeah.
don't care.
They'll reverse course really quickly from the tourists are bad, foreigners are bad, to they'll have to refocus on tourism again.
Oh yeah, I mean that. Well, the problem is that I wish I could talk to like some of their like ministers and be like, listen, I know you have Filipino culture, Thai culture, South Korean culture, Japanese culture, but you must understand something. There is nothing more vengeful and petty than an American. All right? Okay? Let me just tell you something, bud. If an American goes to a coffee shop and the coffee shop screws him over 3 times, he will never go to that coffee shop again. And he'll tell all of his friends, he'll tell his family, he'll flip it off while he's driving past the coffee shop. Like, we are petty as hell in America.
Yeah.
So if you think it's difficult for Americans, they don't care. They can be like free accommodations and free visa for 300 years, and we're gonna go, nope,
Yep.
sorry, I
Yeah.
don't care. I'll go pay for the visa in Thailand. I mean, just spite you.
Yeah.
Really petty, bro.
Yeah. Good times. So Nancy says, if several men in the military get lost, what could be the problem? I don't know. Maybe the GPS got suppressed. Maybe their GPS died.
Well, they probably ended up in the wrong freaking happy bar. Most time military men get lost is between some girl's legs.
Oh!
That's the main place.
Yeah. Oh my gulai.
You want to know how to stop a war?
Huh.
I'm telling you right now, I could stop any war, and destroy any single one of the armies in the world. You know how I would do it?
Alcohol and women.
I would literally freaking send messages to all their phones and say, be advised, do not shoot the planes out of the sky. They're full of freaking strippers and prostitutes who will have sex with you for free.
Yeah.
And I would just drop in like 20,000 women and crates of alcohol, like you said, and I can make any military combat ineffective
Yep.
really quick.
Well, especially if they're the Middle Eastern guys, because they're so starved out.
Oh, I mean, they jerk their dicks off, bro.
Easy. Live stream.
Well, I'm serious, though.
She says the guy was lost for 3 years. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
he got picked up from somebody.
How are you?
How you
Good.
doing?
Surviving, just working, man.
Dude, how do you work security here?
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I can't. We're not hiring anymore. It's hiring freeze right now. I would. But I'm on a phone call. Let me hit you up later, all right? All right, God bless. Take care, bro. Do you like how I go from degenerate to freaking professional very quickly?
It was just like that on the subs. We'd be telling the sea story in sonar, and we'd pick up a new detection, and you'd mid-sentence of the sea story, you'd call it out to control, throw a tracker on it, and go right back into the sea story like you didn't miss a beat. But
Anyways, I was ball deep in this Colombian hooker.
yeah.
Like,
And gain news, spherical wave demonstrates bearing 090, designate Sierra 21, tracker alpha
No,
assigned an ATF.
no, but what was I gonna say? Oh, my brain's not working. What were we talking about? That did throw me for a loop.
I don't know. But she said some
We're
guy
talking
got
about-
lost for 3 years. I don't think he got lost for 3 years. He probably just took a little 3-year vacay somewhere.
Yeah, called UA, unexcused absence. you know?
Yeah, unexcused absence, UA. Actually, if it's over 30 days, I don't know what
It's AWOL.
AWOL. Yeah, absent
Yeah.
without leave, and you go to make big rocks into smaller rocks.
What's I mean, you could just identify that you were there the whole time. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm like, was I really on though? I was
Yeah,
actually in the potty, taking a little bit of an emotional break. Okay.
for 3
So,
years.
Like, I need. Yeah. So like, who are you to judge me? Okay.
I identified as present.
Yeah. I'm like I know we get like 30 days a year, but I'm like, that's like really biased and racist, and I really need more time to myself. Okay.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Your employers are refusing to hire Gen Z.
Yeah, because they're just not good workers.
They literally have the computer scrub the dates. So if you have a birthday on your application, the computer knows it and just automatically denies you.
Wow. She says he was lost for 3 years. He's no longer normal. Okay.
Was that her question?
Yeah. If they get lost, what could be the problem?
What did he get lost? 33 years? What?
3 years. I don't know. It's kind of very vague information for me to try and respond to.
You know, I think you guys should start exploring the area to try to find your mountain resort.
39 likes, guys. Thanks for the likes. Hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel.
They like when we talk. See?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
Says his mom insisted that he come home. Yeah, he was probably in some Southeast Asian country loving life.
Should I tell a story?
No, not right now. Maybe on night stream. Of course, it is night there. It is night there. It's like 1930 almost.
Great tonight. We're definitely in twilight hour, baby boy.
That's true. I forget it is nighttime for them.
No. I mean, I can tell you all kinds.
Oh, I
Let me
know
tell
you
you
can.
You want me to tell you a bedtime story? Let me tell you a happy story, a sad story. What do you want? I got them all.
I don't know. You can tell a story, and I'm gonna go to the CR.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a handsome prince in a castle.
Be good.
I promise I will be good. We're gonna give seconds, and then we're talking about midget prostitute. So we gotta wait. All right, he's gone now. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys about my tranny story from the Philippines. So, in 2020, pre-pandemic, your boy Legend of Alexander wanted to go on a adventure to the Philippines. So, I hopped on the internet, booked me a flight. Within 72 hours, I was skipping across the Pacific Ocean at about 500 miles an hour in a nice little plane. I got to Manila, and I literally just packed enough clothes for about 3 days, and I was planning on staying for about a week, but that week turned into 3 weeks. So I show up and get through the airport security, which was a breeze and whatnot. And I get there, and first things first, I got to get to Manila. And my destination is the wonderful island nation. It's not the island nation. The Philippines is an island nation. I'm an idiot. But the destination was Puerto Goleta. Okay. Well, Puerto Goleta has some beautiful beaches, and they actually have some of the most diverse scuba diving and beautiful habitat in all the Philippines. A lot of people don't know that, but it's a really great attraction to go. And I wanted to go there and experience the scuba diving, the snorkeling, and hit up some of those secluded beaches and whatnot. Well, the famous beach that they have in Puerto Galera is called White Beach. Okay? White Beach used to be known, like, before the pandemic and all that, it was very, like, popping nightlife area and whatnot. And you would see everything from, like, fire breathers to people freaking doing dance shows to, like, they're doing full-on techno concerts on the beaches. And they imagine, like, a strip of like little hotels, restaurants, and all that down the strip. And they have also what they're known for is they have Sabang, which is their red light district, but Puerto Galera is known for the most beautiful lady boys in all of the Philippines live in Puerto Galera. It's everybody looking at me. This is weird. Am I talking to everyone, or are they talking to me, or am I talking to myself?
You're talking to them.
Does this make me weird right now?
Well, you're always weird, but I like it.
But anyways, before this time, in America, lady boys are called trannies. Okay? And in America, a lady boy, aka a tranny, looks like me with a wig and a dress. Nothing pretty about it. Okay? Like, you're like, yeah, that's a dude. Straight up. There's no questioning it. There's no confusion. It's straight Bubba from Mississippi in a dress with a wig, okay? All right? But in the Philippines, Filipinos are rather petite. And there's a lot of pretty lady boys that you're going to have a very hard time differentiating between the two. Now, up close in person and on closer inspection, you're going to see that it's obviously a lady boy, you know? But they all have very soft voices. They do sound like girls. You know, it's not going to be like, oh my God, and goes to Mark, my name is Matthias. You know, it's none of that. You know, they're all very soft-spoken people. But anyways, I didn't meet the lady boy in real life, because if I did, I'd be a complete moron, and I would have missed God's, you know, red flag, which is the Adam apple. Okay? So there I was walking around and whatnot, and I was like, you know, I don't really feel like dealing with all of this, and I just kind of just, you know, let's meet up some chicks. So I hopped on the wonderful app of Tinder. Well, it's like a small area. It's not like Manila where you're going to get like 742 different freaking connections in 9.8 minutes, you know? So, it's a limited pool. And back then, like, a lot of people didn't really have cell phones because a lot of people, you know, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people actually don't have cell phones in the Philippines. It's very expensive to have that type of stuff. And a lot of people, because of, like, the situation, they'll sell or pawn their cell phone to get food and stuff like that. All right. So like I said, the pool of different women on Tinder was very small, you know, but I was swiping through, you know, and whatnot. And I matched with a couple of girls. And then I matched this one chick, and I was like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah. I'm over here at, you know, Badlands Resort. You want to come by and hang out? You know, go swimming pool, you know, play some pocket pool, whatever, you know. And, you know, it was like, okay, you know, the chat, like, we didn't have any video chat or anything. So it comes over. And, you know, I tell the guy at the, you know, desk, hey, there's going to be this girl, blah, 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 coming through, being dropped off by a trike, going to come see me and say hello to my room and whatnot. So this girl comes in. She's got this blue dress on and, you know, like makeup, high heels, you know, looks at first glance, you're like, cute, you know, petite, you know, whatever. But then, like, you know, I was sitting there on my bed, drinking a Corona, and looking at her, and then you start to, like, notice something's not quite correct. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, you know, my grandma, what big eyes you have. My, what big hands you have. My grandma, what big teeth you have. Well, I started having that epiphany while I'm looking at this girl, because I'm like, she's got a big ass forehead. And then I started looking, I was like, she's got big hands. But then I was like, okay, well, you know, she wants to hook up, so I said, okay. All right, well, you know, you go do whatever, take a shower, whatnot, and, you know, come sit on the bed with me, and we'll, you know, explore, you know, some things. So she goes in there, and then, you know, like the red flags in the back of my head are just like, beep, 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 beep. There's something wrong here. There's something wrong here, you know? So comes back out, you know, didn't take a shower or anything in a dress. I'm like, what the F? What's the deal here? I thought you were going to take a shower, you know, get all freshened up like you wanted to get freshened up, you know? And it comes out, and I was like, listen, are you a lady boy? And she's like, no, sir, no, I am not a lady boy. And I'm like, listen, it's okay if you are a lady boy. It's just not my cup of tea, not my flavor, not my interest, not my pastime. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to swing for that team, okay? So if you are, that's fine. I'll buy you a beer, buy you a meal, send you on your way to the track, and go have a nice, wonderful evening. No, I'm a lady boy. And I said, okay, well, that's okay. You're not. Maybe you're just a female with some slightly manly features, and this Corona is stronger than I thought it was. You know? I sit there and finish my Corona, have another Corona, and then, you know when you're drinking and all of a sudden, like, you hit that belligerent phase?
Yep.
Kuya?
Yep.
You just stop giving a shit?
Yep.
So, like, I was sitting there and I said, listen, you and I know that we're going to probably make out, you're going to get naked, we're going to have sex, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? What I'm telling you right now, if I kiss you, all right, and then you get naked, and you have anything else except what a woman's supposed to have, I'm going to smash your face in with my fist. And I did this. It's like, I'm going to punch you right in your, you know, I got to tone it down because it's blah, blah, blah. I'm going to punch you right in your face because you're a dude at this point. All right? So I'm telling you right now, if you get naked and you're freaking over there in a full swing down there, I'm going to freaking knock you the F out. And all of a sudden, this thing goes, okay, sir. No, I'm a girl, but I have to use the bathroom. I said, okay. You know, go use the bathroom again. So she used the bathroom, comes back out, says, sir, I'm having stomach pains and I'm not good. And I said, oh, okay. So does that mean you want to go home? And she says, yes, I think it's for the best. And I said, I think it's for the best too. So, you know, the freaking tranny, I escorted, I was kind, I was nice. Escorted the tranny, paid for its trike ride back to the abyss where it came from. And that was my first tranny experience in the Philippines. You know?
Yeah.
But it didn't end there.
It didn't end there. Nice.
No, like I said, Sabang has a red light district, right? Go-go bars, all that stuff, right? And there's there's a lot of beautiful regular girls there, but there's a shit ton of lady boys. Like a shit ton, bro. Okay? Like I'm talking less than 100, definitely over 40.
Yeah.
Okay? Walking around dressed through the nines. Well, I'm walking down this alleyway in Sabang. You know, I've had a few drinks, you know. I'm over here like floating through, seeing Aztec temples and shit, you know, like woo woo, happy, you know, pretend like I've been there for 3 years and I know everybody. You know, my favorite things to do is to walk up expats and pretend like I know them.
Yeah.
You know, because expats have an ego and they'll never pretend like they don't know you, especially if you're super excited to see them. Like, hey, what's up, bro? How are you? You know, blah, 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 blah. And normally you get them pumped up and they buy you drinks.
Right.
So I would just like random expats like, what's up, bro? And you get all pumped up, and they're all effed up, so they buy me a bunch of drinks, and we'd hang out and whatnot. So I literally had a F ton of drinks already in me, and I'm walking, and at the end, right, I hit the end, and oh God, here comes one of the staff. Hold on, I'm gonna put this on. Put on my professional hat. See, this is the thing you guys don't understand about America. Americans are working at 10 o'clock at night. This lady literally came in on Sunday to work. Hi, sweetheart. Have a good night. Be safe. When she's gone, I'm all alone. Playtime's over. It's all mine. And I can do whatever I want. Have a good one, man. What's up? You look dehydrated. You probably should have a little bit of agua. Yeah. I can't borrow you $10, bud. I wouldn't even bother my brother $10. It's just the truth. You go chill in the corner with the ukulele and play some money and put a hat out. Maybe you'll collect some change. Yeah. You know. Sing that song, Yeah, I believe in you, though. Exactly. Look here, that's the spirit. Outstanding. God bless. Take care, bud. All right, bye-bye. You're over here dying after that bell.
Yep.
I wish I could have turned the camera on so you can see what I was dealing with.
Yeah, probably quite the the view.
Well, imagine a Hispanic-looking male that is about 82% body fat, and he has a green ukulele and a man bun.
Wow.
And 2/3 of his teeth missing.
Yeah. No thanks.
So, really nice guy, but he wants a job doing what I'm doing, and I'm like, sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Yep.
But see, I talk to him, I give him some positive reinforcement, get him pumped up, and your typical fentanyl crackhead or heroin head will just be all pumped up, and then they just go away. You got to give them their spiritual, emotional high.
Right.
So, I naturally produce fentanyl from my presence and the way I talk and get them all pumped up. And when they get angry, I talk to them like children. I'm like, no, you don't want to do that now, do you? It's rather funny. Like, look at this guy on the bike. Watch. I don't know if you can see it, but the guy literally has a trash bag around his body. Mind you, it's hot as hell. And he has an old, early 2000s TV in one hand. I don't know where he found it, but they're rather responsible.
Yeah.
But anyways, so there I am, swimming through the waves of life in this back alley. And, I'm a pretty tough guy, I'd say. But I was kind of nervous. You're in a foreign country. I don't care how much of a badass you are. I mean, you always have, that sense of unease, Especially walking down, an alley, Because,
Right.
Somebody can... You watch the movie, somebody hops out, shanks you 3 times. You wake up strapped to the teeth with, strapped to a tree with your butthole hurting.
Oh, that's a bad day.
You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Right? I'm too pretty. Okay? Not happening. But anyway, so I get down this hallway and I hear music, right? And what do drunk people do? We follow the music. It's like freaking, like freaking bugs to a light, ooh, what's going on over here? So I get to the thing and here comes the light. My eyes are adjusting and I'm like, what is that? And there is a baby girl with her friend sitting at the end. Has a nice, little cocktail dress, hair all did up and whatnot. And at a distance, I'm like, damn, this girl's built,
Right.
So, and she's like, hi, Daddy. And I'm like, what's up, baby girl? What's up? What we got going on here? She's like, nothing, Daddy. You want to go have fun? And I was like, yeah, baby girl. And then, I'm effed up, right? So then I look, and then it starts, clearing up, there's flashes. And I'm, looking at this girl, and I'm like, are you a lady boy? I just straight out say, I just ask them all. And she's like, yes, I'm a lady boy. Do you like? And I was like, no, not my flavor, not my cup of tea, I hope you get what you're looking for. I was like, do you have any hot regular friends? Yes, I have hot regular friends, And I was like, oh, okay, and I can tell because the lady boys, a lot of them will wear like these contacts. And you can
Yes.
see them. Yes.
The eyes look
And they
weird.
are ugly looking. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Kuya?
Yep.
It's creepy. Like they have like doll contacts in that makes them look like a doll.
Yeah, it's weird. I've seen it.
Yeah, and I'm effed up, so I'm like looking at this girl's contacts, like all dilated. I'm like, this is either a demon or a lady boy. I hope it's a lady boy, because I ain't trying to get drugged off into the ocean. Okay? Like I don't play with that demon shit, dude. That shit scares me.
Yeah.
I don't play with it. Anyways, so lady boy, whatever, blah blah. So I'm sitting there, and she's like, "Do you have a cigarette, sir?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got." Like, just because it's not my kind of play, I'm very nice to everyone because I always establish connections because you never know how it's going to become beneficial, right?
Right.
So I'm always nice. So I was like, "Yeah, blah blah," and so I give her a cigarette and her friend, and we're just in there bullshitting. I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go over here," and she's like, "Yeah, go to the Apple or whatever it's called. They have like it's a pool bar,
Right.
right? So they have like pool tables and bars. It's a real chill place in Batangas. They have actually, believe it or not, some of the best seafood I've ever had in the Philippines and some of the best pizza I've ever had in the Philippines. And it was very reasonably priced and cheap, and they weren't trying to screw you over for like the price of a beer. I think a beer was like 120 pesos or something like that.
Yeah.
It was really cheap, like $2.50 or whatever, $2.10, and like so. Anyways, out of nowhere, she's like, "Do you have a big dick?" And I'm like, "What? What?" I was like, "I don't know. You'll never find out." And so out of nowhere, this freaking lady boy just straight cups me, bro. Has all my future in her hands. My entire destiny is holding in her very well manicured, manly hands. And I was like, I don't know, what should I do right now? Is this gay? Should I knock it out? Like, should I put a stomping on this thing? And then I was like, whoa, you might want to, pump the brakes there, sweetheart. Like, no, not good. Personal space. And she's like, wow, you have big. I feel it. It's nice, very nice. And I'm like, okay, well, let's not do that again, or you're gonna go from lady boy to boy. And she's like, no, I understand. I'm sorry. I have too many drinks. So I was like, hey, you said you have cute friends, right? So believe it or not, guys, just because you're lady boys doesn't mean the lady boys don't know where all the hot chicks are. Because just like in America, correct me if I'm wrong, Kuya, right?
Yep.
I swear to God, in America, Kuya, there's nothing a hot chick trusts more than a gay friend or a cat.
Yep.
I mean, that's like the top two things they trust.
Yep.
So sure enough, the same rule applies in the Philippines, in Sabang, Puerto Galera area. And I was like, oh, this chick's just gonna bring more lady boys and piss me off. And I said, okay. I said, all right, how about this? I'm gonna go over here to the Big Apple. That's what it's called, Big Apple. And I'm gonna order some pizzas, and we'll get a couple of bottles, and we'll play some pool, and you bring all of your hot friends to come see me. And she says, I know lots of girls, sir, lots of girls. And I was like, okay, well, let's see these lots of girls, right?
Yep.
Bro, you ever heard of the term, like, shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have this chick brought over 25, 30 different chicks.
Wow.
They just came like a herd, one after another, after another, after another. I mean, apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, Shay, but Filipinos, there's nothing much more than Filipinos love than free food and free alcohol. And the first one's free food. So Filipinos hear that there's going to be free food, especially pizza. Apparently, Filipinos love pizza. Is that correct, Shay?
Pizza?
Yeah, do they love pizza?
I like it.
She says she likes it.
Why is she as quiet as a mouse over there freaking...
I think she's editing.
Everything.
Oh, editing. Oh, I'm distracting her. Sorry. Anyways, so they love pizza. Bro, I think I spent like 300 US freaking dollars.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, I'm feeding 25, 30 people,
Right.
you know, and whatnot. So it was just an epic freaking time. We're playing pool, we're like betting, like dancing, you know, stuff like that. All these dudes, like I said, that were there, all of a sudden, like, who the F is this guy sitting here that, like, knows all the chicks on Puerto Calero? And he's like, oh, have you been here for a while, bro? Like, you know, like, they're all thinking like I'm a local, you know? I was like, no, bro, I've been here for like a day. And he's like, meet all these chicks. Oh, baby girl over there, you know? She, like, introduced me to all of her friends. He's like, that's a lady boy, bro. I was like, doesn't mean that they don't know chicks, bro. And he's like, man, that's actually pretty smart. And I'm like, I know, you know? And then, so then I felt like it got awkward, right? Because, you know, guys would show up, and then, like, the guys would talk, and, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, like, a lot of expats are very shy.
Yeah, I think so.
So they feel like awkward around chicks. All right, for the Filipino ladies out there, I'm going to give you a little bit of information that you may not know. In America, men, when we go to the bars, we try to meet chicks, and for every success, there's been about 37 rejections.
Yep.
And it's not nice. It's not like, no, I'm not interested. It's like, get from me, you fucking creep. I don't want nothing to do with you, you stalker, blah, 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 blah. And you just literally said, hi, I'm so-and-so. What's your name?
Right. And they're complaining because they're like, don't approach women like ever. But then they're like, but men won't approach us because you keep telling us not to.
And I'm not talking about like average girls. I have a lot of good looking friends. Like one of my buddies looks like damn near a supermodel.
Yeah.
Like long flowing hair, like good looking guy, shredded. He is actually a model, and he was a Navy SEAL, and he gets rejected by these girls, right? So a lot of Western guys that show up to other countries, we bring all of our dirty baggage. So we're like, you know, there's a pretty girl there, but I don't want to bother her. Maybe I'll send a drink up, you know. So like starts messing with their minds, and most of the times, believe it or not, statistically speaking, 95% of relationships in America are founded through an acquaintance. So a chick introduces you, your friend introduces you, your brother, sister, mother, somebody introduces you to this person. And that's how a lot of relationships start in America.
Right.
And I'm talking relationships, not one-night stands, you know?
Right.
But, so, like, all these dudes are just, like, awkwardly, one after another, like, hey, man, do you know that girl? I was like, hey, bro, I just met her tonight. And there's like 25 other, you know, chicks. I don't know their first letter of the first name. I just call them all baby girl.
Right.
And I was like, baby girl. They're all baby girl the pin. Come here. You know? Or I'll just point and like wave him over, you know? He's like, will you introduce me? You know? So I literally went from having a good time with a bunch of chicks dancing to literally playing matchmaker.
That's funny.
So the guy would tell me, and then I would walk over to the girl and like, hey, she's like, oh, like put her arms around me, say, thank you, give me a kiss with a pizza or whatever. And I'm like, hey, you know, my boy over there thinks you're cute. And she's like, oh, really? Who? You know? And I was like, that guy. She's like, oh, okay. I was like, go over there and jump on his lap. She's like, and so Filipinos are shy too, so this is like getting really awkward. She's like, no, I don't know, he might not like me, I'm ugly, you know? Oh my God. So then I have to walk across the bar back to the guy and go, listen, she thinks you're cute, but she thinks that she's ugly and that you won't like her, so you need to go over there and make a move. And he's like, no, just tell her to come over here. And I'm like, bro, just come with me. So then I bring him over, and then I wave her over, and like I'm like literally pushing people to freaking school dance.
That's funny.
You know? And that would just happen over and over. I must have hooked up like 7 or 8 guys that night. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was just freaking, it was just an awkward experience. But needless to say, I found a couple of girls that I was interested in, and they went back with me, and we had a good time at my place. You know, freaking, swim in the pool late at night, like about in the morning
Right.
and whatnot. And these girls got really, really crazy, and they're like, "Do you want to swim in the ocean?" And I'm like, "Have you ever seen Jaws? Like, do you not remember the entry scene of Jaws? She's swimming in the ocean. It's at night, and that's all she wrote." So these girls are like, no, it's okay. It's safe here, safe. Because believe it or not, actually, there's chances of like coming across sharks in some of these areas in the Philippines.
Right.
From what I understand, very, very low. I don't know if you know anything about that.
No.
Because something about like the way the reefs are, and it blocks them off, and you know, they don't want to get stuck or whatever.
Right.
You know. So, you know, sure enough, these chicks literally stripped butt naked, ran into the ocean, and swam. And I mean swam way out there, bro.
Wow.
And I was just sitting there on the beach going, yeah, so I'm probably going to see a decapitated freaking hand in the morning on the beach washed up.
Right.
You know? But after about like 35, 40 minutes, they came back. Freaking, I threw them some towels, and we went back to the room and hung out, and we watched some TV. And have you seen Filipino TV yet, bro?
No, we haven't even. We have a TV in our room. We had a TV in the. We had a TV in our here in the room, and also at the resort. We haven't turned it on for a second.
Bro, wait. You need to turn on. If you want something entertaining to do, sit there and watch Filipino TV, like national TV or whatever, cable TV.
Right.
And it is great.
Oh, it was funny even in Hawaii, dude. A lot of the channels were like Japanese or something, and they actually had a Hawaiian game show called Junkin Plo, and it's like they were literally on TV doing a TV show, game show, but it was rock paper scissors, Junkin Po, and they were playing rock paper scissors for the game show.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I was watching this, and they get, like, the Filipinas, right? The two I was with just straight became enamored with this. Like, just like, oh, did you see this? And I'm like, this is boring as hell. Like, what are you guys into right now? Like, you know, and then them Korean will come on.
Yeah.
And, like, it's like, you know, what's it called? What's that famous show in America that's like a soap opera that's been running for about 500 years?
Well, there's Jeopardy and there's Wheel of Fortune.
No, the soap opera show. Like, you know, with the girl.
Days of Our Lives, General Hospital.
Bro, well, they eat that type of crap up.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there hanging out watching. I was just like, I couldn't turn away. It's like you're saying, like, you know, it's like a freight train coming down the tracks. You just cannot look away. It was just like the acting was subpar, and like the plot was ridiculous. And I would be like, I bet you this is the guy that is gonna cheat on her, and he's gonna kill that girl. And they're like, no, they would not. Sure enough, 25 minutes later, oh, how did you know? Have you seen this before? And I was like, can you not tell how obvious the plot is?
Right.
You know, obvious what's about to happen. You know what I mean? You know, like, it's just, you're in for a kick, bro. When you watch that, you're gonna lie. Does Shay love that type of stuff?
I don't know. She's deep in her editing right now.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're good. She's editing.
How come you don't do no editing?
Because I'm live stream.
You gotta make some amazing videos.
I know, but I want to drip them out because I would like to get monetized. I know I need to put up some, but I want to get monetized to the 4,000 hours so that I get AdSense from it. So I will put some out, but I've only been here. This is day 8, so I've been pretty tired.
Oh, and I got a long shift.
Yeah. So I'll get some videos up soon. I'm gonna put up the video of them making the taho and then trying it for the first time. That was super good. But it's a teeny tiny. It's like it's it's got a bunch of different things in it, kind of like Halo Halo does. Um,
Yeah, so another thing
there's like soft tofu. There's some kind of like caramel syrup that's almost like you would put on flan. Oh yeah, dude. And then they put like some jellies on it and stuff, and some other syrup, like a coconut syrup. Yeah.
Bro, there's some things I won't eat, and there'll be a cold day in hell before I eat tofu.
Well, it does not taste like tofu. The texture of it is like flan.
You're once again, I'm a straight up country boy American. You need to freaking explain it like I'm a 5-year-old.
So in Mexico, or if you go to a Mexican restaurant and you get that custard dessert at the end, like
Okay.
that's Mexican dessert. That's flan. That's what the soft tofu. That's what it tastes like, and the texture of it in the taho. So it's very good. It's like if you sliced up the custard from a Mexican restaurant and put it in a cup with some ice and some other jellies and some like caramelized sugar syrup and then some coconut syrup on top. It's delicious, but it's in a teeny tiny cup. Think like too high of the little paper cups at the dentist office that they used for you to swish the fluoride or whatever. It's a plastic cup, but it's about 3 high of those. And they give you a straw. It's delicious. It's like slurping down a caramel custard.
Listen to this crowd. Let's see if it plays it.
311.
God, stop being stupid. I just wanted to. So we had a stabbing just happen about that way, 400 feet.
Wow.
The other night at the place I was at, we had a shooting, and the cops were all coming to get me and talk to me like, you see anything, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I was literally taking a piss in the bathroom. I have no idea.
Right.
Like, they brought, cop cars and whatnot. But, yeah, it sounds interesting, but I don't know. I don't know if it'd be, a texture issue for me, just, knowing,
Not for, I mean, do you like bubble tea?
I have no idea. Bro, do I look like I know what bubble tea is?
Well, I'm surprised if you've never had milk tea or bubble tea with the giant tapiokas in the bottom.
I know sweet tea, sweetheart. 3/4 sugar.
No, you can. Over there, they call it sometimes they call it bubble tea. Sometimes they call it boba or milk tea. Yeah, I will introduce you to it. It's like a really delicious drink, but it also the tapiocas make it almost like a snack.
Bro, you're gonna get 1,000 views just recording me trying different Filipino food.
Yeah, it's funny.
You know how
your stories, I've actually lost 6 likes.
damn it.
That's fine. I'm getting watch hours, so yeah. I was at 40 likes. Now I'm at 34 likes.
Yeah, but then those are people that are douchebags that come in and out. I was talking to Jasper one day, and he's like, "I'll have the same thing. People will come in and just like and then unlike because I don't know, they're weird." I mean, I never understood people with that. Someone just like is free, bro. I'll like people's things all the time. There's just one Down syndrome kid that I follow on Instagram, and every time I see one of those, I always like and I always comment.
Right.
Because I'm being a decent human being and supporting someone with a simple click of your finger that you're doing anyway costs absolutely zero.
Yep.
And I just don't understand some of these people. But freaking, what was some of the comments in the chat?
Nobody said anything for a while. I think.
Then again, a lot of people like listening.
I think one person got offended from the Ladyboy stories.
Oh, good.
Oh my goodness! Now I'm down to 30 likes. Maybe they don't like the lighting. Maybe they don't like my mood lighting.
It's fine.
Fuck them. I'm enjoying talking to you, so they can
Yeah,
like or
it's
not.
All I know is the likes are free, and they're so broke that they can't even do that. They're
Yeah.
emotionally and mentally broke. I support you. Like I said, listen, there are baby girls and baby boys out there that are haters lingering in the freaking in the back pages listening to this story for free. You're welcome. Second of all, if you think you can do better, why don't you start your own YouTube? Oh, wait a minute, you won't.
Yeah.
Because you probably have not experienced one day of criticism in your whole life, and you have the emotional state of a wet paper napkin.
Right.
And if anybody were to say anything offensive to you whatsoever, you'd probably deteriorate.
You got to have thick skin to be on a submarine.
Bro, you gotta have thick skin. Yeah. Absolutely.
The submariners, because they want to make sure that everybody that is going to be reliable on the sub. Yes, you've been through boot camp and you've somewhat proven yourself, but submarines are like the top 10% or 5% of the Navy.
Don't
And
you have to have a pretty high IQ?
well, you got to be pretty smart because it's very intensive, the amount you have to learn. It's like a drinking out of a fire hose. But they want to
Yeah.
test you so that they know that if there's a casualty, you're not going to break down and not be able to help save the ship. And when you get qualified in submarines, that means you've proven yourself that you know the ship and you can help save the ship if there's a casualty.
Well, I mean, not only that, being, you'll correct my ignorance if I'm wrong. I'm just a stupid Marine. We don't really go under the water unless we're sneaking up on people.
Right.
And, I don't know how, 300 feet underneath the ocean, it's probably not a good place to have someone freak out.
Exactly. Everybody's got to react. So if you do your qual card and you pass your board, because you have to have a board of crew members that are from all over the ship, all sorts of different ratings and stuff, and you have to prove yourself that you have the knowledge for not just the interconnected system. So if you know, okay, this system has a casualty, whether it's a fire or flooding or something, and if we have to secure that portion of the seawater, what things does that seawater cool, and what things did you just lose as far as interfacing systems? And you have to.
No, continue on. So I'm going to cut you off.
So you have to have a good knowledge of what systems interface with each other. Like you have seawater that cools in a cooler to cool the fresh water, like for the air conditioning and stuff, for chill water. And if you lose chill water, you're going to lose your high pressure air compressors. And you may lose your hydraulic system because you don't want the pumps to overheat because you've got all these coolers and stuff.
Now, with that being said and all that, mind you, like I said, I don't know, I barely know the front from the back of the submarine, right? So, with people in there, have you ever had anybody freak out and they just want off the sub immediately? Like they cannot handle it anymore?
None that went wacky, but other boats have. And what they have to do is the corpsman has medication to basically knock them out, and they'll just medicate them and put them in their bunk.
So they restrain them, everybody that holds them down?
Well, they don't necessarily, they may hold them down to give them the injection to knock them out. And then they'll have somebody that now the crew is being less watchstanders because they have to have somebody sitting in a chair outside of their rack to make sure they don't wake up and go crazy.
They'll probably give them a freaking sock party.
So now somebody that would be standing watch or trying to sleep can't sleep or can't stand watch because they have to sit there and babysit this person that lost their shit.
So how long does this go on for? If you're out at sea for 75 days, are they going to sedate this full freaking 3 months?
Well, it depends where you're at, and because it's different on a fast boat. Fast boats usually make port calls every so often because they have less space for stores. So they'll pull in somewhere to get repairs done or to get repair parts or to get fresh stores loads. and then they'll send somebody off. They'll medevac them at that point. But if you're on mission or if you're on alert status, which means you're covering a target package with your missiles, if you're on a Trident submarine,
Yeah.
it could be a month or two. So yeah, they could have to constantly have them sedated.
Oh, so that dude's not about to win any friends.
No, because somebody 24/7 has to monitor them, and they get escorted to the mess decks. They get escorted to the head and to take a shower, and basically they're not restrained but restricted to their rack.
Now, do you guys, like, I know this sounds like a stupid question, but do you guys have, like, Marines on board that are in charge of security at certain times or nothing?
There's people on watch all the time, so I mean, depends.
No, I'm talking about, like, like a dedicated security force. So, like, how the aircraft carriers will have the Marines on board?
No.
And that's their job?
No.
No.
You have people that stand, like if you're on a Trident sub, the missile subs, you'll have missile compartment roving patrol, which is like roving security watch, but that's their dedicated watch station.
Okay.
But they're missile techs. They're not like MAs, Master at Arms or something, or like the MPs. They're missile techs, but their at sea watch station is like missile compartment roving patrol, and they're walking around with a billy club in case somebody messes with stuff. What?
You know what I just thought of? How to get your watch hours by the end of the week to go through the roof?
What's that?
You know how some military guys, and you would be perfect for this, they do like reaction videos? You need to do a reaction video on some of these submarine videos. Just pick different scenes and talk about like if it's realistic or not. I'm telling you, people love it because you have some years experience.
Yeah, but a lot of that you can't because some of it, sometimes when it's inaccurate, that's because the Navy makes them make it inaccurate. Like when they initially did the sonar screens and stuff for Hunt for Red October, it was too accurate, and the Navy made them dumb it down so that when you hear them say stupid things like, "Oh, the contact is off radar," and it's sonar, not radar, that's because the Navy forces them to do that stuff for classification reasons.
Well, then do the old World War II ones.
Yeah.
The ones that have subs that are outdated. You should do those. People love hearing that shit, because you can be like, no, that's actually not realistic. You mean, be like, like when a ship takes a torpedo and you can be like, well, this is what actually happened even on the old subs. And people actually like that. Like, I found out like an interesting thing. I was watching a video about a commander, and they're talking about how like, how everybody talks about that, you can hear, underwater things that are happening above surface. And he's like, that's actually not correct. He said, like, fish do not hear you talking when you're fishing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I mean, we hear a lot of stuff underwater. It's funny because shrimp eat whatever, right? Shrimp eat waste. And when we pump our sanitary tanks, it could be shower water, it could be poopy water. When we pump that overboard, if we're near a school of shrimp, some of these shrimp have one large claw, and they snaps, and they snap it, and we call them snapping shrimp, and it sounds like popcorn or something. And it'll be quiet, and all of a sudden you'll pump sands or blow sands overboard your tanks, and they'll start up, and we'll have a noisy spot. And that's part of the reason it may not be a noisy evolution from us, but they can detect all of a sudden these shrimp start up, and they'll be like, oh, maybe there's a submarine over there, and they'll go check it out. But
so shrimp eat shrimp?
Yes, they do.
So now I'm never going to eat shrimp again. Cool. Thanks, no.
Yeah. So some of those shrimp you may have been getting nice and fatted up on submarine poopy.
So I'm never eating shrimp ever again.
That's funny.
They're like cockroaches of the sea.
They are. They really are.
They're the fucking dumb beetle of the ocean.
But what do you think? What do you think lobsters? What do you think crabs are? They're the.
Yeah, but they eat like dead.
Not to them. They're the trash keepers of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's down to 24 likes. They're dropping like
See?
flies.
It's fine.
See, no matter
Just
what
like-
we talk about, Kuya, they don't like it.
It's just a like.
It's fine. It's a live stream. It's funny because there's still 5 people in there, so they're still giving me watch hours.
Is anybody writing anything?
No, nobody. Well, Kuya Bandera liked or wrote something a few minutes ago. He was like, likes went down. It was 41 5 minutes ago. So it was funny. After as I talked about the likes dropped more.
It's fine.
But she
I
says it's
swear-
fine. It's just a like. You don't get money from likes.
I still think that some of the times that it's bots, bro. There's like a bot army that rolls through YouTube and like does things.
Probably. But it's
You know,
fine.
You ever seen like those Chinese like fucking like meals and all that? You mean with that like 50 cell phones set up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that-
I'll tell you, when I was my live streams in the US, sometimes they were 12 and a half hours out of like a 2 or 3 hour live. But when I got here, it jumped up to like 39 hours out of a live stream.
Yeah.
So the likes don't affect it, but the watch hours affect it. So
Can you see how many people you've had come in and out?
I'm sure I can, but I don't know how to do that like Jasper does. I think he goes into his YouTube studio or something. But some of the
Don't you
feed.
have an iPad?
No, I do not have an iPad. I have 3 phones. And I can look at the YouTube Studio, but there's some features, some of the analytics are not available to me because I'm not monetized yet.
That makes no sense. Like how they expect people to learn what they need to be doing to get monetized without seeing all the data.
It's YouTube,
like-
man. That's just YouTube.
Gotta love YouTube and their nonsense. Maybe they don't like that you look like an alien with the speckles all over your face.
Yeah, but you get these girls like laying in bed sleeping, dead asleep, dead silent, nothing going on with these lights, and they're getting like their chat is just blowing up and they're getting like thousands and thousands of likes and views and stuff. And
That's wild.
the girl is sound asleep, snoring.
You know what? That's why I want Jesus to send a freaking asteroid to Earth, please.
Yeah.
Because I am so for these weak, pathetic men out there, bro. Like, I just wish I could just send a slap across their face through the internet and be like, wake up, what is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
God, you know what? We'll call it the Jordan Melby effect.
I don't miss that guy. He would whenever I would get so mad whenever he was talking crap to Jasper.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of us joking around and stuff like that, but I had spent hours, Kuya, hours talking to the kid and trying to help him, give him advice financially, build up his stuff. Like, I even wrote him an entire, like, workout plan, meal plan. Like, he did not want to budge 1 inch.
Yeah.
And I said, I think of it. And then he started, like, running his mouth and, like, you know, getting weird and going, like, after cows, like, girls that he was talking to, and then, like, jumping in there. Like, just a straight creeper, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee if Jordan Melby Vlogs was still around, he'd be in Chase DMs in about 5 seconds.
Yep. Trying to get with her, but also talking crap like, "Oh, I think I know this about Storm or whatever."
Bro, he's trying to get with her, but he could barely get out of a wet paper bag, okay? Like,
Yep.
what are you doing? You have 0.0000 times 1,000 chance of ever.
Yeah, he kept saying, "Oh, I'm going to be in the Philippines before you, Storm." Blah blah blah, and I'm like, let's see. I've moved here now, and you still haven't come back to visit. He claims he's been to the
Yeah.
Phils.
Yeah, no, like, bro, like, the only action you'll ever get is toilet paper hitting your butthole, bro. Right?
So
That's the only strange thing that ever touch your private areas.
I had the nuts to get on the plane and come over here.
Well, I think you're going to extend your life by 15%.
Oh yeah, easily. My stress, dude, has dropped off the planet.
Please go buy a scale. I want to see how much weight you just lose in 30 days of no America. You know what? That would be an amazing video. How being away from America and moving to the Philippines
Yep.
and eating and changing my life and just walking around, how much weight I have lost. People be like, He's like, I didn't really change anything. I just changed my environment. And you
Right.
can, like, listen, this was day 1.
Yep.
This is day 3. I lost like 7 pounds just by getting away from the freaking Matrix.
Well, I got the Galaxy Watch 7 Ultra partly so that I could have an updated phone that's faster phone, but it also has better sensors, and it monitors my stress. The other one I had the Galaxy Watch 3, and it would only monitor your heart rate like at every 4 hours unless you told it to do it. Same thing with stress, but this thing monitors like all the time.
I'm going to help you lose a bunch of weight because Che makes rice and you're stubborn and won't listen to any of my stuff. But try this, okay? And there's no reason why you can't get this or do this. All right? So, Che, can you hear me?
Yeah.
If you tell her to change my
Okay.
food, I'm going to fuck you up.
No, Che, from now on, when you make rice, okay? From now on, when you make rice, I want you to put 2 teaspoons of coconut oil inside of the water while it's cooking the rice. And then take the rice and put it in the fridge for 12 hours before serving it. Come to find out, that brings down the glycemic index
Yeah.
of the rice way the hell down, like 40, 50, 60%.
Wow.
So you go from a very sugary, very high carbohydrate that spikes your insulin to lowers that glycemic index just by adding coconut oil and putting it in the fridge.
Well, I like cooking with coconut oil too. Like I'll cook my eggs, I'll fry pancakes and stuff in coconut oil because yes, it's a fat, but it's medium chain triglycerides and it's actually healthy oil.
Watch, if you want to watch something cool, look up, you have Instagram, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to watch some cool shorts about food to get your idea going, because a lot of the reason why people gain weight is because, they're a type, whatever, 3 diabetic or 2 diabetic, right? From too much sugar, right?
Right.
Because it's your insulin levels are being spiked too much throughout the day. So there's this guy I found, he's very interesting. He became very famous with this, but he's called look up insulin resistant.
Yeah.
I'll send you his channel on Instagram, but all he does is eat different foods, and he has like one of those insulin monitors that you attach to your arms,
Right.
and he shows how his body reacts, like everything from like cheeseburgers to soda to rice to like, that's where I found out this trick. So he'll try different things, and he'll
Nice.
show like, this was white rice. Before I put the coconut oil, 2 teaspoons of coconut oil per 1 cup, and put it in the fridge for 12 hours. First, like, it made a big difference. He was like, wow. He's like, I'm making rice like this from now on.
Now, was he cooking the rice with it, or was he adding it to the rice after it cooked before he put it in the fridge?
No. You put the rice, put the water, and you add 2 teaspoons per 1 cup of rice of coconut oil in the water
Okay.
while it's cooking. And then you take the rice out, put it in the fridge for at least 12 hours, he said, or overnight, and then you eat it. And believe it or not, come to find out, you know what I found out? Most people eat rice incorrectly. You're not supposed to eat rice right off the bat that's fresh. You're supposed to put it in the fridge overnight and reheat it in a pan because it tastes way better.
Well, you've got to do that to make fried rice. They say the best fried rice is made from rice that was left over from the previous day.
Yeah, and that's what when this like top like Japanese like what's the restaurant that Japanese do?
Nobu?
Yeah, well no, they're like the type of restaurant that we go in America. We like they cook in front of you, throw you the shrimp.
Oh,
all
yeah.
that.
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what they call it over there. I mean, hibachi or Japanese grill.
Hibachi. Yeah, like he's a famous hibachi like chef that came from that area, and he's like really famous in Tokyo. And he was telling, that's where I learned about the rice. He said, listen, never make rice. He said, at the finest restaurants in the world, they feed you the rice that is from the day before that they cooked, and is sitting in a refrigerator, and they rewarm it because just something on the molecular level. It tastes that much better, and it infuses because they'll add stuff to it. And
Yeah.
he's like, he said, stop eating rice, blah blah blah, like
Yeah.
this. He says you're doing it wrong.
What's funny about that is a lot of people say don't eat leftover rice because there's a certain bacteria that can build up overnight. But a lot of people are like, yeah, if you leave it out, but if you cook it and then within a couple hours put it in the fridge, it's fine. It's if you leave it out at room temperature that it's a problem.
Oh yeah, is that the case? Tell that to all of Asia who has been eating 2, 3, 4 day old rice for thousands of years.
Right. No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I
And
just grasp them how modern day people are.
And how many of them actually have refrigerators? Not most of them.
Okay, we're about to have fun. Watch this. I'll flip the camera on. I'll flip it around now. Oh God. Oh, I was hoping you would do it again. This guy was like dancing around in the rain, out of his mind.
Yeah, I agree, Kuya Wonder. Coconut oil is good for you.
Never mind.
Oil. People say oil is bad. Oil's not bad. It's the type of oil you use.
Yeah, seed oil, trash.
Coconut oil is actually healthy for you because, and like a lot of people when they do like carnivore, they like cut out all the oils. You need a little bit of fat. Like when I was watching Survivor Man, and he was up in Alaska, and they did like a simulated plane crash. They had like a wrecked out plane that they actually transported out there, so for him to like strip out wire and to kind of use for survival needs. And he was catching the horseshoe or the snowshoe rabbits out there, snowshoe hares. And he said the problem with rabbit is wild rabbit is so lean that you have to like boil the bones and stuff and get the bone marrow out and stuff so you can get so you can get fat because if you eat straight rabbit meat, wild rabbit meat, you actually get what's called protein poisoning.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, but I know that extremely lean cuts of meat, that's why they don't taste good.
Yeah, it's the fat that gives it the stuff. So what he would do is he would like roast the rabbit, but then he would basically boil it and he would have the bones and stuff in there and the tendons. So it would break down cooking over the fire for a long time. And then he would eat the rabbit meat, but he would also drink the broth. And that gave him enough fat so that he wasn't getting protein toxicity.
Well, you know what? It's funny that you're talking about oils because, so there's my ex, she had a friend, right? And she's I think like when I met her, she was like 45, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 34, right? But dude, this chick looked like she was 28 years old, 29. Had 3 kids, banging body, flawless skin. Bro, I'm talking straight models, like Korean model style, flawless skin.
Right.
Like not a wrinkle in sight. 45 years old. Looked like she's 29. And I smashed this chick in a pool, right? And got to know each other, Well, what's funny is this. So my ex used to be with her man, and I was over there, and I was at like this girl's house, and my ex was over there, and I was smashing her in the pool, and she was watching, and her boyfriend's like, go back inside, So, but it's funny, I ended up being with her instead. But, anyways, so this girl, you know what she used to do every night?
What's that?
She would take high quality, extra virgin olive oil, and every night before bed, she would literally put extra virgin olive oil all over her face and on her hands and body, let it dry, and in the morning wake up, take a shower, and rinse it off. Because extra virgin olive oil, the good stuff, has all kinds of antioxidants.
Yep.
And, like really stuff for your skin. Like it's not good to have it on your skin like 24/7 because you'll clog your pores.
Right.
But like she would do this, and then she would use like a mild cleaner to clean her face.
Right.
In the morning. But the oil would absorb into her skin with all the nutrients and I mean, bro, she had baby smooth skin, bro.
Right.
45, three children, not one single stretch mark.
Yeah, because I'm sure she put that on her belly too. Like a lot of people put vitamin E oil on them.
Well, she also like taught me a lot about like I learned a lot of like health tips from her, and like you like with your hair and stuff like that. The biggest mistake people do is they wash their hair too many times, and they wash out the natural oils that are in their hair.
Right.
And it dries it out and kills it. So, like, she didn't wash her hair. She would rinse her hair out,
Yeah.
Once a day. But she wouldn't wash her hair. She would only wash her hair twice a week.
Yeah.
She would actually wash it. And she had, like, beautiful, thick, like, flowing hair. Like,
Another thing that works good too is coconut oil is good for massage, lube, but also you can heat it up and put it on your hair and let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, and it's one of the best hot oil treatments you can do for your hair.
yeah. No, it's just really interesting how many things people, like, miss out on, like, with how amazing, just the holistic way of doing things. Like, yeah, all modern medicine's cool and all, but a lot of it's, like, chemically induced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not old natural medicine where they're just trying to extract it from whatever plant.
Well, back in the U.S., if I sweat, I would smell like how we get smelly from sweat. I'm sweating all the time, not smelly from it. It's bizarre. Like I sweat constantly, and it's like I've sweated out a lot of the toxicity.
Yeah.
And
you know what you should try? I actually learned this from overstay, and then I did a little research. It actually works. You take lemon,
Yeah.
wipe it underneath pits.
Yeah. Interesting.
Like, it's the best deodorant ever. I tried it one day, actually.
Nice.
And I was like, and like, like how the Japanese don't really sweat or have body odor?
Right.
Because, like, they don't, the way that you're talking about, the way they eat, the way they don't put a lot of chemicals in their bodies and all this other stuff. So they don't, like, and yes, they're talking about a lot of the Japanese people are missing that pituitary gland or whatever, the gland that makes the sweat smell.
Okay.
You hear about that?
Pituitary
You can
gland.
actually get that, yeah, you can actually get that removed,
Interesting.
But, like, I think a lot of it, like you're saying, has to do with diet and stress, and you've sweated out probably so much toxins.
Yeah, from the highly processed foods that I had already cut down on. I'm not eating processed foods, so I have a lot less of the preservatives and the artificial colors and things that are in it that make the food so bad. And almost everything I'm eating, even if it's at a restaurant, the food is fresher and healthier. And you look at the ingredient levels, like the calamansi soda I was drinking last night, it's got refined sugar. It does not have high fructose corn syrup. And so even that soda is better.
Yeah, no, like, as I'm drinking a Pepsi, very unhealthy, cigarette. But no, like, I'm about to quit smoking here soon. I'm actually on my last pack. It's my little birthday gift to myself that I'm gonna quit this shit. But, like, I quit before cold turkey. I know I can do it again. But what was crazy is, so I quit smoking cold turkey.
Yeah.
So on day 3, I was waking up and, like, having the nicotine, like, withdrawals and the sweats.
Right.
Bro, I literally soaked my bed sheets like I was having, like, a fever.
Right.
My body was just all the crap. Like, week 3,
Yeah.
I'd be in the shower and I'd be like, coughing.
Yeah.
Like, coughing up my entire lungs.
Yeah.
Because my lungs were refilling that mucus.
Yeah.
And then I'll never forget, one day, like, I started noticing my shirts.
Yeah.
And I was sweating black, bro. All the toxins from my body were just moving to my pits.
Yep.
Like, just my body's pushing it all out. So, like, it's crazy how fast the human body works to repair itself immediately.
Yeah. I'm already doing better being here, man. And I'm eating better. I'm eating fresher, eating cleaner. And I feel better. I sweat constantly, and I'll smell my shirt. And if I sweat that much in the U.S., it would reek. Like I would almost have to put it in a bag to put in the laundry because it would stink up the whole laundry room until I washed it.
Yeah.
It's not like that here. I take my shirt off, I smell it, it doesn't smell bad. I dry it, it still doesn't smell bad, and I'm like, well, I obviously need to wash it still because you can see all the salt that I was sweating out, but it's not smelly. It's bizarre.
I'm glad that salt tip put you on point.
It did. It helped a lot, and we immediately got bananas, and we have fresh bananas here all the time. So
2,300 days spent in combat areas in the desert. I learned that salt is a man's best friend, and I learned that that's why they used to say you're not worth your salt, because salt used to be worth more than gold at one point.
yeah, they would harvest it and transport it all over the place.
Yeah, and I found out like a reason why people have issues in America. You know how they always tell you too much salt?
Yeah,
That's a lie.
yeah, it's because it's processed salt.
Yes, it's shit iodized salt. So you preserve the preservative.
Yeah. Well, here we're using freshly made Philippine sea salt, and then she adds chilies to it, so it's spicy sea salt. And sea salt is very good for you because it's got all the extra minerals and things in it.
And don't get me wrong, iodine is good. Yes, a little bit of iodine salt every once in a while is good
Right.
because you need that iodine in your body. But the fact that it's in every single thing and you're getting 50,000 milligrams of iodized salt a day,
Yeah.
you know, like, I mean, it's insane. They just coat it like it. Potato chips will last for 600 years, I swear to God. You know what I mean? Like, and, but no, it's just crazy how just changing, like, the different minerals. Like, I don't know if you can, but get you some fucking, what's it called? Magnesium.
Yep.
Get you some magnesium tablets, bro. That's a game changer.
There's something you're supposed to take with magnesium. I can't remember what it is. Just like if you take vitamin K, you need to have vitamin C with it so it helps absorb better.
I don't know, but I know magnesium is one of the most deficient minerals that people have in their bodies.
Yep. And I need to order. I also take zinc regularly, and it helped me stay healthy. And if I started feeling sick, taking the zinc helps you recover faster. And I wasn't getting real sick anymore, so I need to order it so I have it here.
So I take every day. I take magnesium, B12, vitamin C, and a collagen. I take turmeric.
Yep.
I take niacin. I take apple cider vinegar tablets, and B6, B7, and an A variety,
Yep.
and an E.
Nice. Yep.
I take an fish oil tablet. I take all of that stuff every single morning. Even if I eat or anything, I take it because I know worst case scenario, my body's just going to push out the excess.
Yep. Well, I don't need it here because I'm getting more sun, but I was also taking 10,000 IU of vitamin D a day.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
Because especially in Seattle, because it's so overcast and it's cold, so people are always covered up and not outside enough, so you're not getting enough vitamin D production from the sun. And basically everybody in Oregon and Washington is severely vitamin D deficient.
Well, what's crazy is I work night shifts.
Yep.
So, you know, I work out. I eat relatively healthy. Yeah, I smoke. Yeah, I do this. But like my testosterone levels, I got tested, are actually through the roof. They're
Nice.
like, you're 38 and you have the testosterone of an 18-year-old times 3. Like my testosterone. But I've been having trouble cutting, like I have probably about 20 pounds. I want to cut,
Yeah.
and I've just been having, you know, trouble cutting it. And I went to the doctors. They didn't know. And then I finally came across this old doctor, and he asked me, he's like, "What do you do?" You know, most of them ask me what I do, and I told him, you know, I do security. I go to fly airplane and all that. And he's like, no. He's like, do you work night shift by any chance? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you take vitamin D3? And I was like, yes. He said, okay. And then like I told him all the stuff he takes. He said, yeah. He told me, he's like, listen, this is the hard truth. You work a 12-hour night shift. He said, we as humans are not designed to stay awake all night long.
Right.
And he said the fact that I switch every week, I switch from being awake at night to being awake during the day every week.
Yeah.
What's happening, he said, your body is literally at war with itself. And he's like, your insulin and everything and your stress hormones and all that, your body is in a constant, unrelenting state of stress.
Yep.
And there's nothing you can do about it. He said, all the cigarettes in the world, he said, he's like, actually, the cigarettes are probably helping you, but he said, your metabolism is plummeting.
Right.
Like, all that. Like, I eat food, bro. Like, I eat it.
Yeah.
And, like, I won't gain weight, and then I'll lose a bunch of weight, and then it'll go back, fly right back up. He's like, so that's what I found out. Like, as soon as I can, I'm going to get done with this night shift, but I have to do it for my schooling, to pilot training college.
Right.
But as soon as I cut this, I know that my weight and my body's just going to go whoop, and I'm going to feel great, sleep good.
I think that's why they changed the submarines from an 18-hour rotation to a regular 24-hour rotation, because of all the health problems and stress levels for decades and decades and decades of guys on submarines, and everybody is doing better now that they went to a 24-hour schedule, because that 18-hour rotation just totally screws up your circadian rhythms, which is all your natural body processes. So putting them on a 24-hour rotation is making everybody healthier.
You know what's crazy too is I'm not an emotional person, right? And like that's another side effect of like being awake at night too many times.
Yeah.
For over a year now, I've been doing this.
Yeah.
And I found out that like with doing that and like not getting sleep during the night when you're supposed to and like switching like I did, like it destroys your mentality. So I'm like, you want to test your mantle? Do a night shift for 6 months. You will literally work out all the problems in your head.
Yep.
Like I've literally sat there, bro. Some nights, like when I'm not talking to you or I'm over here doing my thing, I'll be sit there and I'll just wander into my mind randomly about some crazy crap. I think one time I was talking about like a bread recipe in my brain. I was just like, well, these grains, I was like, but where are the grains sourced? What kind of soil? What's the city? Like all this like insane, like I was like, I'm going fucking crazy. I'm going nuts. And then like
I do better when I was on swing shift. I was on swing shift most of my time.
Yes, you get day and night. That's
Yeah.
nice. So I started realizing that about myself. So like I know like instantly what's weird. So I go through like my groggy phase at night, bro, and I shit you not, the sun comes out in the morning and I'll be like smoked. But on my drive home, that sun will be blaring on me. And dude, it's like, it's straight up like the Energizer Bunny. Like I feel my batteries recharge. I'm like, and then I'm like wide awake again. I hit that second wind, which is psychotic.
Yeah.
So like that messes me up sometimes. Like on the 4th day of my work, I end up being awake for like 36 hours almost.
Yeah.
Crash hard for like a whopping 12 hours. But most nights I sleep like 4.5, 5, 6 hours.
Yep.
What are some of these called? We get any good comments?
Nobody said anything for quite a while. Kuya ZYZZ. I couldn't do subs. Not hot racking for me. Even nuclear plants that had artificial lighting due to lack of sunlight. Shipyard work or active duty. Apologize. It's just popped in. Just heard subs. Is that you? Who's Kuya ZYZZ? Is that Kuya Squid?
Yeah, God bless you. I go insane. I could be in a tin can.
It's really not as bad as you'd think, because it's like being in a building that moves, and sometimes you have angles.
I'm like a prison, bro. I can't even look out at the ocean.
Yeah.
Like if you can look out, like that's one thing that sucks. I think that like I understand that would be like point of weakness for a sub. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know how much of a morale builder that would be if they had like a small observatory in every sub, and you can go and hang out in there and like be 600 feet underneath. I don't know how deep you guys go, but like just see the sea life and all that at night.
Yeah.
Like because it's pitch black and see it come by. That would be like so relaxing.
Yeah, but strength-wise, you can't do that.
Yeah,
You'd
I
have to
know.
have recordings of it or something.
Ain't that, imagine, you ever think about, like, I wonder what we freaking floated by.
Right.
Hold on, I gotta answer this. Hold
Yep.
on, there you go.
Hey, everybody. Likes dropped. That's okay. Thanks for everybody that's still staying in here while Legend and I are shooting the breeze. Legend had to answer a phone call, so he's out, at least for now. I think Matet's posted me, but I am not seeing it. And Jasper, if you're watching, let me know if you're trying to go live, man. I can end this whenever. I'm just crunching away at the watch hours. Let's see. Nice. Mary Rose posting funny things. Ooh.
So hi everyone, good evening. So today's night dinner is lizard and
What's that?
Anna's Life Official.
other chickens.
In my shorts.
Simple ingredients I get.
Chicken gizzards and chicken livers.
Preheated the pan where the
Lechon, $4.50 pork lechon in the Philippines. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. What?
Just title.
No Filipina can boom boom in the pool. We could if people are not around, I'm happy to boom boom in the pool. She's adorable. She's hiding, but she's here. Oh, snuggling with me. Oh, she's like, I don't want to be on camera. I'll just rotate the camera. It's dark. They can't even really see you anyway. They just see your outline. Well, I dropped 16 likes and we're down to 4 viewers, so I'll probably go ahead and end this one and do another one later. So thanks everybody for coming in. I do like red light, but the red is not as red as I would like it. It's almost more of a pink. So, but the blue light is nice to sleep to because it's like water reflecting on the ceiling. And then the green light is it's got a separate laser projector, but it's a green laser, so you can't change the color of the stars. Some of them you can. This one you couldn't, but it was a super good price. That you, Squidly Mendingo? Yeah, we're happy, man. She's a sweetheart. Sweet, sweet. She's sweetie, but not sweaty. Oh. All right, guys. 3 hours, 10 minutes. Thanks for coming in, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Yeah, life is very good, man. Appreciate you stopping by and commenting, and I'll see you guys next time. Hi, Nicole.